Alright, let's get it started as Biscuit craves attention. You were resting so well on the windowsill, baby, in the warmth. And now you have decided to... Okay, never mind, there you go. Bye, Biscuit. Hi, y'all. It took us a while, but it's finally time for episode 4. I have no idea what's coming next. I assume it's going to be annoying. Mainly, you know. Hi, Kayla. And by annoying, I mainly mean Eustace and Gaval. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Episode 4, A Turnabout Forsaken. I hereby call this meeting to order. The committee is gathered here in the sight of the goddess to pass fair and something judgment. The purpose of this hearing is to assess the professional competency of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The man who has done nothing wrong. Need I remind you that he solved the He solved multiple cases recently. Why are you wearing that raincoat? It's not even raining. What's the... No! Ah! Oh, that's bad. She's way at the top of this... This seems bad. I don't like this. Not good. April 5th, 1:23 p.m. High Prosecutor's Offices. Room 1202. Would you please stop pacing, Detective? You're kicking up dust. But I swept the floor 3 times already! Then sweep it a 4th. They're gonna take your badge, Mr. Edgeworth! How can you just stand there, cool as a cucumber? We don't know for certain that they will. Well, it sure seems like they mean to! Judge Gavel pretty much spelled it out! Truly, you are proving to be quite a threat to the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. After all, we're a bunch of corrupt assholes, and we can't have someone as noble and amazing as you around. I feel like you're embellishing a little bit. Let me have this. As such, you give me a little choice, but to report back. No doubt you will be called to appear before the committee in due course. She said that it would be called to appear before the committee. Nothing more. Well, I don't care! I won't stand for it! What if we never get to work together again? Might have thought you would welcome the prospect, Detective. After all, it would mean you could work with someone less problematic. Don't say that, sir! I've never heard anyone except that stupid committee say you're problematic. You're not just looking for an excuse, are you? To become a defense attorney, I mean? Because I won't let you! You're Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor, you hear me? To become a defense attorney, The circumstances of my father's death set me on the path to becoming a prosecutor. But I'd only been interested in the law to begin with, thanks to my father as well. And his work as a defense attorney. Are you going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor, or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you've got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. Are you listening, Mr. Edgeworth? I said I won't let you do this! Really, Detective, there's no need to be so dramatic. Who knows? An ex-prosecutor you work with might be others more lenient with your salary assessment. Oh, really? So, no more instant noodles? I mean, no! What are you saying, sir? I don't care about any of that other stuff. And being able to afford 2 instant noodles. And maybe a donut every couple of weeks. Oh, that'd be living the dream, sir. Sir, that'd be living the dream. Just a regular glazed donut once a month. That's all I'm asking. Well, you thought about it, didn't you? If only for a moment. We're busy in here. Come back later. Hey there. Is the prosecutor in? Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Look, pal, we're busy. Don't you get wait outside? I'll be with you in a bit. Oh, that's not good. Your face is as red as a tomato. A red face, gritted teeth. Let's see. I said we're busy. Oh wait, that's it. Stomach cramps, right? No need to worry. It's nothing an injection can't cure. Now roll up your sleeve for me. It won't hurt much. No thanks, pal. I'm healthy as can be. Ignore the fact that I was just talking about the fact that the only thing I ever eat are instant noodles. You know, they're 30 cents a pack, you know? And who might you be? Oh, sorry. I forget to introduce myself, huh? The name's Neither. Florence Neither. Probably Neither, because she likes injections. I'm a nurse at Hertz Hospital. Well, nobody here is hurt, so are you sure you have the right room? Yeah, you're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? Wow, there's some deep furrows in your brow. Are you feeling alright, suffering from a severe headache? I could give you an injection that'll... I'll be fine, thank you. Could you please just tell us what you're doing here? And no injections, please. Huh? Oh, sure. Well, it's like this. I brought somebody to see you. Wait right there, I'll go grab her. Oh, wait! Too late. I wonder who she brought along. If she's here from a hospital, maybe it's a patient? Someone you cut down to size with your trademark rapier wit? And what exactly is that supposed to mean? See? That right there, sir. When you glare at me like that, I lose the will to live. You don't want to send me to the hospital, do you? Surely he's exaggerating. After all, that's the look I always give him, and nothing's happened so far that I know of. Sorry to keep you fellas waiting. Well, thoughts? Is that Kay? Thoughts on what? You don't recognize me? There is something about her. Something familiar. This had your name on. No, Kay! Oh no! Don't tell me she has amnesia! No! Illegal! Not allowed! So I thought, just maybe. So you really did put somebody in? Don't be ridiculous, detective. Well, look, sir, your name's right there on the card. Public Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, plain to say. Be that as it may. I'm so sorry, what she's trying to say is she has amnesia. Amnesia? Yes, at least that's what they tell me. Her parents must be so worried about her, but they've only been going around 8 hours of sleep each night. You gotta feel for them. Do I, though? Because that's quite a lot of sleep, if you ask me, and also both of her parents are dead. Actually, we really don't know anything about her mother. We really only know her father, and her father's dead. Whoa! A break. But don't you worry, alright? Since you had his card, that means you really must know Mr. Edgeworth somehow. So sit back and we'll take it from here, right, sir? At the very least, we might be able to help you figure out your identity. Really? Will you? It's going to come down to what you remember, but yes. Now that's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. Don't worry, miss, you're as good as healed. So don't get carried away here, detective. I'm a prosecutor, remember, not a miracle worker. I've already figured out who it is. Where do we even start? So, do you remember your name, miss? I'm sorry. She's been like this since she came in yesterday. She's been in the hospital for a day. No way, that's amazing! How did she figure it out so fast? Ugh, how can one person be so emotionally draining? And I found her wandering around late last night and brought her in. I wanted to help out, so I went through her stuff to see what I could find. And did you find anything apart from my business card? Nothing with her name or home address. Oh, wait a second. She was wearing this. It's a pretty unique design, right? Okay, if you started with this, we would have immediately say, Kay! Big hug. Ooh, this pin. What the heck? Hey, that's a Garasu pin. Does that mean... But it can't be. Okay, is it really you? Kay. It's you, isn't it, Kay? I'm... Kay? Come on, Kay! You really don't remember? Look, it's me! Gummy! That's what you always call me! Gummy. But you're an adult. That's so rude. I don't really call you that, do I? I'm so sorry. I can't believe I feel so guilty now. What the heck happened to you? I've never seen you so polite! Being polite and sensitive is just a... Where's the Kay I no, you're nothing like her! Careful, Detective, we wouldn't want her to get the wrong impression. I think it sounds as if Kay isn't normally a polite or sensitive soul. Not that he's wrong exactly, but... So, what kind of person was I before? Well, first of all, your full name is Kay Faraday! You're bright and fun and full of energy and... Oh yeah, you're a great thief! Great thief? There's a little more to it than that, but yes. Thieves generally steal other people's valuables from the dresses of vaults and... Steal? But that must be so awful for the people I took things from. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was a criminal. Maybe I lost my memory as some sort of punishment. No, that's not what I meant at all. I don't think that did her much good, sir. But it sure explains one thing. Look at these clothes. They're just the kind of person like that would wear. Hey, that outfit! This is what she was wearing when they found her. But we had to get her to change out of it and put on hospital clothes, so that's why I have them. There's something on this part here. Could it have something to do with how Kay lost her memory? I'll send the outfit over to forensics later and see what they can figure out, sir! Please do, Detective. Whoever did this to her, I'm going to beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Boy, they really are some thiefy clothes, huh? I'm a criminal. You may be a great thief, but you've never committed a crime in your life. Rest assured you are no criminal. If you say so, I'm about to sneeze. Perhaps you'd better leave it... Excuse me. Told you. Perhaps you'd better leave it there for now. I'm sorry, I wish I could remember who you are. How do we know each other exactly? Well, that is, how do I put it into words? You're Prosecutor Edgeworth's assistant! I am? So a prosecutor is the head of some sort of great thief network then? No, not quite. We lost saw Kay 2 days ago. I should try to figure out what she's been doing since then. Was the pen the only item on her person when you received her, Nurse Neebler? There were a few other things, but I doubt any of it will be of much use to you. I'll be the judge of that. Could you please show them to us? Well, alright then. In no particular order, I present... a Janet Ninja mask? Was she at a show or something? A letter. And it's addressed to Kay. Okay, hold the phone. Hold on. Before anything else, I want to think about this for a second. We couldn't find anything with her name or address on it. It literally has a goddamn letter with her goddamn name on it right fucking there. Like, cool, you couldn't have thought maybe that was her name? Couldn't have thought that maybe this was important? Next, the ticket stub. And finally... a fake flower! The kind people like to spruce up their bathrooms with, too! It's a corsage, Detective, and they're usually worn by women. And that's that. So, anything useful in there? Kinda hard to tell. Frankly, I've not really seen a connection between any of them. I should take a closer look at each piece later when I have the chance. Starting with... anything else weird with this pen? No? This is the pen Kay always wears. It's shaped like the mark of the Autogrossu and is very eye-catching indeed. I can't imagine anything further than Kay would want to wear it. I should take... blah blah, stuff. Other stuff. Okay, now I want to look through it. This is bad. How do we get Kay's memory back? Well, first of all, hold the fucking phone so I can read. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get your precious thing back. Wait, does she not have Little Thief on her? Big building. Viewing platform entry ticket. April 4th, 7:28 p.m. Use limited today. Purchase non-refundable. $6 for a student. We can't just let her stay like this forever! Calm down, Detective. I have an idea. You do? I knew you'd come to the rescue, sir. So, what is it? Look closely at the ticket stub. Oh, it's for the viewing platform at the top of the big building. The big building? You know the place? Everybody knows it's silly. It's the hottest date spot in town. They say that if a couple holds hands while they're up there, they'll stay together forever. This is yesterday's date, and the ticket is only valid on the date specified. Plus, it's a stub. I mean, she used it, right? I think it's a distinct possibility. Well, shall we go see what we can find? Now? Just like that? The only way to figure out how Kay lost her memories is to retrace her steps. But what about your thing with the committee? It's not for a little while yet. We have time. Great, so can I leave Kay with you? Edgy and Nick have gone up there. If they haven't yet, they're going to soon. Edgeworth's like filing that way. It's like, oh, they do? That's good information to have for reasons. Don't ask questions. That would be for the best, but you don't mind, do you, Kay? Oh, of course not. Thank you. Alrighty then, back to work I go. If you need anything, feel free to give me a holler at Hertz Hospital. Okay, I have a question real fast before you leave. Are you sure you should be leaving her while she's still covered in so many fucking bandages? Look at how fucking hurt she is. Like, I'm surprised that she's here at all. I can come running with the syringe or 3 wherever you might happen to be. Yes, thank you. I doubt we'll be needing that particular service. And now then, Detective, shall we get going? You too, Kay. Yes, sir! Yes, of course. Also, if you want to change out of the hospital clothes, you can. Also, if you need your bandages changed, just let me know. Also, what happened to your finger? Why is it the only one in the cast? So according to this pamphlet, the big building's 50 stories high. It's all offices inside, so the viewing platform up top is the only part that's open to the public. Here, this one's for you, sir. They were handing them out for free in the ticket area. How very kind of you, Detective. Alright, I think it's time we headed inside. Okay, I just want to take a look at the map real fast. Look out! The big building! It's about to fall! We gotta do something! No, please, I'm begging you, stop! It's no good. Oh, fresh milk, my thoughts just aren't going through to him. Who the fuck is this kid? What's happening here? What's going on with the building? Just stay calm and talk to me, kid! Stay calm! Cut. I'm so sorry. We're shooting a movie, so could you look familiar. I know you. I recognize you. I know who you are, but I don't remember who you are. She's from the original Ace Attorney trilogy, but I don't remember who she is. So could you, and I think him too? Yeah. Ah, yes, I thought as much. Forgive our intrusion, we'll get out of your way. Detective! Oh, sorry, really had me there for a second. Yeah, what else? Hey, director guy, can we take 5? I can't work under these conditions. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh. So they stopped the building from falling down? That's good. I wish we had time to explain, but maybe later. Come along, you two. Let's make ourselves scarce. Scarce. April 5th, 2:18 p.m. Whoa! Get a load of that view! Feel the sun on your face! The wind is very strong up here. That's okay. You just stand behind me or Mr. Edgeworth here. We're both more than big enough to keep the breeze away. Speak for yourself. Okay, does this place bring back any memories? I'm not sure. Have I really been here before? Perhaps something encouraging and to talk will help. Okay, please, any thoughts or feelings that come to mind might be a clue we can use. Alright, I don't know if this will be of any help at all, but I still can't be sure if I've even been here before. It's so high up and the wind is so strong. It's terrifying. I don't remember. I just don't remember anything. It's no good. I'm so sorry. No dice, huh? I'm sorry. I feel so useless. I know I'm supposed to have all these memories, but I just can't remember. You have amnesia, Kay. Don't be so hard on yourself. Listen, sir, maybe just this once try not to be so intimidating, okay? Or at the very least, don't use your trademark glare on her. Nobody asked for your opinion, detective. Trademark?
Hold it!
Well, this ticket stub says otherwise. But I don't remember coming here at all. I can't even imagine wanting to come here. It's so high up and the breeze is so strong. It's terrifying. I used to love places like this, though. But am I really her? I feel dizzy just taking a look around. I don't even think anyone should be allowed up here. What if an old person fell? Or a child? Oh, it doesn't bear thinking about. Well, there's a fence all around us and it's plenty high. There's really no need to worry. If you say so. There is something about the way she said that does immediately make me go, yeah, no, that's Kay.
Hold it!
It doesn't have to be related to how you lost your memory, but if anything floats up at all, just say it. Really? Well, let's see. Oh, the cotton candy from that stand there. I don't know why, but it just came to me. If you're hungry, you only have to say. You want cotton candy? You got it! My treat! Thank you. It would make my day. I have to get something out of her somehow. And if I pressed her until I can shake something loose.
Hold it!
If nothing is coming to mind, then just take a look around. Do you recognize anything? Anything at all? Hi, Gary. It's her twin sister. Not Kay, but Kay. Cherry blossoms. Go on. I was standing under the cherry tree. Yes, I was trying to stay out of the rain. It was raining, I remember now. And there was a red something. So it was raining. She was underneath the cherry tree, and she saw something red from where she stood. But what? Was it something I said? No, but if you could add that to your testimony, we can explore it further.
Hold it!
This something red. Can you tell me any more about it? I'm not sure. It was just a red thing, that's all I can say. What can we see nearby that's red? Was it the concession stand over there, perhaps? A stand. A red concession. Yes, I think that it was it. Somebody was walking toward me from beyond it. And then what happened? Then, I'm sorry. That's alright. If you could just add what you've told us to your testimony. There was someone walking toward me from beyond the concession stand. The stand in question is the one behind you, correct? That's right. I remember the red color and the person walking toward me from beyond it. I saw it all from under the cherry tree. Tell me something. This person you keep mentioning, could you not see their face, or did you simply not know who they were? I'm sorry, I'm just not sure. So all we have to go on is a person walking toward her from beyond the concession stand, and the fact that she saw this from beneath the cherry tree.
Objection!
Okay, I see a man in red. He has these deep lines in his brow, and he's putting a lot of pressure on me. Wow. I'm not so sure that piece of evidence has anything to do with their statement, sir. Alright, look, I was trying to help. There was someone walking towards me. Wait, except that's not possible?
Objection!
Because there's no space behind there. You say that you saw someone over there beyond the stand, and that they were walking towards you? Yes, I can see them getting closer. Are you sure it wasn't a ghost? No, it was a person, I'm sure of it. But from where you were standing, anyone you saw on the other side of the concession stand would have to be floating in midair, hundreds of feet above the ground. So how on earth could it have been a person? I mean, easy. There's, you can still stand there. I'm not lying, I promise. Somebody read the stand, somebody read, and they were on the other side. They were walking toward me, getting closer and closer. And then they, Kay, what's the matter? You're alright, we're here. Whatever it is, it can't hurt you. Oh yeah, the cotton candy glob. That was really funny. I was pushed and I fell by a person, a red raincoat. A person in a red raincoat who could walk on air and who supposedly pushed her off of the building. None of this makes any sense, not the least of which nobody could fall from this height and survive. Like, she's obviously hurt. Like, that much is obviously true. But like... deadly premonition? No. Attention everyone, please stay right where you are. What's wrong, officer? I'm Detective Gumshoe. Mind filling me in? Yes, sir. A body's been discovered here in this building, sir. A body? A body has been discovered! Whose body, exactly? I'm not sure. We're still working on it, but what we do know is that the victim is a young woman, and that her name is Kay. What the blazing? Wait, hold on. Excuse me? Excusez-moi? Hello? Explain? Excuse me? Hi? Yes? Excuse? Yes? Please? Tell me more? Okay, that's definitely not Kay Faraday. Wait, this room. Wait, isn't it Judge Cavell? Isn't this the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence? Exactly, Gary. A body has been discovered. Yes, sir. This is the trial chamber of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, that place that you were supposed to be here later. So it's here now? I knew that they'd moved out to the prosecutor's building, but I had no idea that they'd come here. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, and Kay, too. It's on the 50th floor. We were standing right above them. Now the question is that Judge Cavell? Because it does indeed kind of look like her. How are you all doing? Is Kay feeling any better? We heard there was some kind of incident. I'm sorry, but who might this be? This is my grandma. Hold on 1 second. Name's Hilda Hertz, Sonny. And who the heck might you be? It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth at your service. I just knew your grandmother's name. Hers. Is she... Yep, she's the director of Hertz Hospital. This old fogey woman is the head of the hospital. Don't you old fogey me, you damn reprobate. How did she do that? Whoa, sounds like you're kind of a big deal, man. Oh, that's not true. Not wrong. Not wrong at all. Oh, he's the one looking after the girl. The one with amnesia. It seems Dr. Hertz is a bit of an introvert. I want me to fix those brow furrows of yours, Sonny. Oh, there's no fixing those, ma'am. They're downright incurable. Well, you're sure you want me to say that, Grandma? Oh, all right then. Now, I don't get a dang thing more to say none of y'all. You go about your business, you hear? As long as that business don't involve messing with a deceased body, I got work to do. Oh wait, please, we... Not a dang thing, I tell you. Hey, you can't talk to us like that. What gives you the right, huh, pal? Oh, didn't I mention Grandma's also a coroner? She's in charge of this case, which means exactly that. What do you mean? Exactly what? How am I supposed to know? She said it, not me. Huh? It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine I can't escape. I kind of think it's funny. Well, we've got a body to be looking at. Catch you later, gang, and take care.
know.
What does it matter, as long as we have permission to investigate?
What does it matter? It matters a bunch, sir.
What will you do now, Mr. Edgeworth? Examine the scene of the crime, of course. What kind of prosecutor would I be if I didn't? Alright, let's get to work. That person over there is called Kay, right? Surely that means I can't be the Kay you know. That's what we're looking to figure out. But don't worry. But also, multiple people can have the same name. I've met several people with the name Kay. You'd be surprised. You're the Kay we know. I'm certain of it. Thanks. A Kay who lost her memory and a victim who shares her name. Hi, Kayla. Both meeting their respective fates here at the big building. No doubt this case will be the key to restoring our Kay's memories. I'd stake my life on it. Alright, let's start with the obvious stuff. It's a statue of the Goddess of Justice.
You sure know yourself, sir. So, does she dole out blessings or what?
She's not that kind of goddess, detective. She's a symbol of the sanctity of the law. A thing of which many of these people seem to fucking not give a shit about. The scales represent justice, the sword retribution, and the blindfold shows her impartiality. Once again, though, I say that, you know, just like other religions, just like all religions, people will abuse the name of a goddess. It's not that they need a new god, it's that they need new voices, they need a new prophet, or a new pope, or whatever the hell they have. I must scour the scene and inspect everything. There's a pool of blood here at the foot of the statue. Judging by the amount and how it has spread, I'd say this is where the victim was killed.
But the body's on the table behind us, sir. How come?
I can only surmise the killer must have moved it for some reason after committing the murder.
Whoa, this is one big statue, but what's it even for?
The Goddess of Justice stands in judgment over the committee's proceedings against corrupt prosecutors. And if I'm not very much mistaken, it's a Paul Halik original. I'm sorry, say that to me one more time. It all comes around. It's all one big circle of stupidity. You know, about Quranism, maybe we skip over that one. Call that like a plan D. We'll come back to that one later.
You mean the victim from the IS-7 incident, sir? Mr. Artie Frost?
No matter how murky his name and morals were, there's no denying his skill. This is a genuine work of art.
I heard someplace that a lot of good artists are either geniuses or eccentrics. What do you think he was?
I don't know about Halik, but Larry is definitely an eccentric. Okay, let's go look at a body. An enormous semicircular desk with seating for 11. Almost reminds me of a certain legend.
I know the one, sir. The Knights of the, Brown Table, right? Whoops, guess that wasn't it. The Newts of the Brown Table. Knights of the Brown Stable.
Further and further from the mark, but I'll refrain from rubbing his nose in it. For now. Okay, so I can't inspect the body yet. Guess that tracks. Can't be easy reading books that size,
or lifting them for that matter.
And the committee only just moved. It's been quite the undertaking.
Hauling yourself around is kind of my forte. I should have given me a call.
When if we run into the chairman, I'll be sure to ask him if there's more heavy lifting to be done.
I was joking, sir. I can't be carrying yourself up 50 flights of stairs. I have a real job to do.
I was joking too, Detective, but why were you planning on taking the stairs? Officer, tell me about the security arrangements for this room. Yes, sir. You need a special key card to enter, sir. Interesting. So not just anybody can enter. In which case, the person who discovered the body would have been... yes, sir, a member of the committee. They found it when they arrived for today's hearing. The hearing. My hearing. Which would be underway right now if it weren't for this. Sorry to intrude. Is that Judge Gabel? Nope, it's... Hi, Francisca. Oh. Huh? What's that, Grandma?
I know that voice anywhere. That's Von Karma's little girl.
Oh, so you two know each other? It has been too long, Grandma Hertz. And you as well, Miles Edgeworth. What's she doing here? We haven't seen you since the last game. Franziska Von Karma. She's the daughter of Manfred Von Karma and a prosecutor like myself. She's basically my sister. These days, she's mainly been working with Interpol, though I thought she was supposed to be abroad. Don't look so surprised. Where my investigations lead, I follow, no matter where in the world that might be. Which means that there must be some kind of international angle to this case, yes? You know full well that I've been pursuing a certain smuggling ring. And that I won't rest until it has been destroyed and its ill-gotten goods recovered. So the smuggling ring is involved in. That information is to be shared on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. I see she needs to be as helpful as ever. Miss Von Karma, was it? Grandma wants to tell you something.
I'm about done here. Scene's all yours.
In that case, we'd like to examine the body ourselves too, if you wouldn't mind.
I mind plenty. I remember where I heard about you now, you dang vermin. Don't need to know soon-to-be ex-prosecutor messing the place up. Go on, get it.
Just remember it's not me saying this stuff, okay? Please, Granny, it's important.
Oh, you calling a granny, little mess?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. This is going nowhere. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Franziska, I need you to add us to this investigation. We have to see that body up close. We'll never learn the truth about what happened to Kay. As in, Kay Faraday.
Please, you gotta help us out here. Kay needs us.
I don't know what you're up to, but very well. Thank you. You won't regret it. Of course, I expect to receive a full explanation when I grill you later. How about I just give it to you now? Here's Kay. She says that she was pushed off a building and got amnesia. This building. So, and they also said that this woman's name is Kay. So we're just trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The end. Explanation over. You learned everything that we know.
We owe you, sir. Big time.
I wasn't talking to you, Scruffy.
Yow!
Well, Grandma Hertz, will you allow them to examine the body?
I ain't about to say no to an international big shot like yourself, hon. Are you sure about this?
Yeah, I agree with Grandma. Are you sure you're sure? Of course I'm sure. It's my prerogative to judge the whole world in my name. That's just common sense. Of the extremely arrogant sort, perhaps.
See yourself, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, you heard her. Try not to get fired, okay? Don't worry. It'll take a lot more than this to ruin my reputation should things turn sour. Unlike me, who's on the verge of losing my badge because one asshole corrupt-ass fucking judge decides that she doesn't like me uncovering things that she would rather have covered and buried. Seriously, pain in the ass. No, I don't... Look at the body, not the desk. Thank you. Well, one thing's for certain.
This isn't Kay. She doesn't even look like her.
I think we knew that already, Detective. Our case standing right over there, after all. The victim looks to be in her 30s. She's wearing a white suit.
Could be she worked in one of the offices here in the building.
Perhaps, but for now she remains unidentified. The question is, why did the police seem to think that her name was Kay? Let's scour the scene and inspect everything. I think this is probably why. This book!
What the? That's Kay's promise notebook. It's where she wrote down all the promises she made to her dad. Haven't seen this in a while.
Indeed. That's right, this is from 7 years ago. Book of vows made by a child to her father. But what exactly is it doing here?
Oh, I just remembered something Detective Bad told me a few years back. He said something precious to Kay had disappeared from the station, and this was years ago. The precious thing from Rosie is her promise book.
What? Evidence went missing from police custody.
Detective Bad said he looked for it everywhere, but no dimes.
What could this mean? And why did it turn up here, of all places? Either, what do we know about this notebook, officer?
The victim was holding it when they found her, sir. It was the only thing with any kind of name on it at the time.
So that's how she became Kay. Then, okay, then how come everyone was like, well, we don't know this person's name because nothing had her name on it. Oh, this person's called Kay because this book over here had the word name Kay written on it, so it must be her. I'm going to murder. I'm going to commit murder, and I'm going to get away with it too. It's going to be super easy to get away with it in this world. People are stupid.
Talk about a red herring! Still doesn't explain how she ended up with it, though.
If only we had a few more leads on the victim's true identity. It seems she suffered a serious burn to her hand at some point.
Did it have something to do with how she died?
No, the scar's too old for that. I would imagine it happened some time ago. She's holding something. Detective, could you open her hand for me?
Yes, sir, right away. What is that? Wait, I know! It's a loyalty card! Probably from the store. Ouch!
It's a key card.
Why, sir? Why?
The question we should be asking is, what does it open? Isn't it obvious? It literally... Are you stupid? It literally has the scales of justice on it. The victim's hair is caked with blood.
Looks like she was hit with something, huh?
Unfortunately, it's too early to say for certain. Perhaps an answer will turn up as we investigate further. There's something pinned to her jacket here. A piece of magenta fabric.
Whatever it was, it looks like it was torn off pretty roughly.
It doesn't look as if there's anything in the chest pocket.
No, nothing except this hole right here.
By the looks of how the fabric was torn, I think it was pierced by something sharp. 3 things, sharp things to be precise.
Can't keep your coins in there now. They don't fall right out.
Have you never heard of a change purse, detective?
Hi, babies.
Yep. Oh my god.
Sure have, sir. It's another word for a pocket, right?
I give up. Anyways, I'm gonna do a quick little bit of deduction.
Eureka!
Judging by its appearance, I'd say that the flower Kay was carrying originally belonged to the victim.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it does look like it's made out of the same fabric.
Indeed. Let's make a closer comparison. Oh no. Oh no. What are the odds they're gonna pin this death on Kay? Because, like, well, I mean... and they're 100% just gonna say, well, I mean, you do have a piece of the corsage that was ripped off from her suit. It's like, I was shoved off a building, and I have amnesia. I don't know who you are or what you're talking about.
The torn edges match up exactly. You got one heck of an eye, sir.
If the flower belonged to the victim, this implies a connection between the victim and Kay Faraday. Furthermore, it appears that the flower was torn off with considerable force. Kay Faraday was involved in the incident somehow, and based on what we're seeing here, we know we may have no choice but to treat her as our main suspect. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Impossible.
What? But there's no way she could have done this. I can even begin to imagine there isn't a murderous bone in her body.
Nevertheless, we lack the evidence. I have the evidence to disprove it. She was pushed off a goddamn building. Okay, come over here. Who is this person in front of you? A dominatrix? And why do you say that? Because she has a whip? And your first thought was dominatrix. Yeah? Is that all you know? I mean, I don't know what else to really say about her. For the moment, we're simply considering all the possibilities. Isn't that right, Miles Edgeworth? For better or worse, yes. A pure white jacket with a deep red stain on its lapel. This jacket, the buttons are on the wearer's right-hand side.
What's so weird about that? Buttons always go on the right now.
Yes, but that means that it's a men's jacket. Not on women's clothing. Traditionally, the buttons would be on the left.
Like I always say, sir, you sure know your stuff.
This is common knowledge, detective. Nothing else seems amiss. Wait, what's this in the pocket?
A pair of gloves, also white.
They don't seem to be soiled in any way. I imagine they must have belonged to the victim. I was looking at her hand. Why are we not talking about the fact that her hand is covered in blood? Ugh. Fine, whatever. I would imagine the victim's keycard probably grants access to this room, wouldn't you?
Let me go find out, sir. I'm back. I found some details on that keycard in the security system. It's for this room, just like you said.
So the victim was able to enter and exit this chamber freely. Assuming that the keycard actually belonged to her, yes. Indeed. Yeah, that sure was so incredibly difficult to determine, wasn't it? Wow. How impossible to discover. What's this?
You think this could be the murder weapon?
A 3-armed candelabrum. The victim suffered the same number of puncture wounds to the chest. Puncture wounds that could well have been made by these spikes.
A candelabrum?
Not quite, detective. A candelabrum. A candle holder, in other words.
Ah, I gotcha. It reminds me, I forgot to pay my electricity bill once a while back. I had to live by candlelight for a whole month.
Who does that in this day and age? Who does that?
Can we get this checked for fingerprints? And blood? And everything else? I mean, I feel like you probably don't need the...
Seems to no closings.
Then, am I really Kay? Can you really be sure? Of course we're sure! What are you talking about?
Thank you. And that person lying there is someone you may have murdered. Well, that's all we can say for now.
No! There's no way she did it! Isn't that right, sir?
Indeed, I don't believe the Kay we know could have done something like this. You're becoming a real softy, Miles Edgeworth. Okay, is this gonna be Judge Cavell? Well, look who it is again. Ugh, I know that voice. Or is it Eustace?
With a winning smile, the #1 name in the business, it is I, Prosecutor Eustace Winner.
Oh, there's Judge Cavell. Okay, hair color was wrong. I thought the hair was different. Judge Cavell, do you know this person? And also, once again, Look. I can already predict what's about to happen. Okay? I'm gonna predict this right now. Francisca's gonna say something about, well, the only thing we have so far is the flower that was in Kay's possession. Eustace is gonna say, and Cavell are gonna say, well, Kay obviously did it. And we're gonna be like, you're fucking morons, and I hate you, and I'm gonna beat you over the head with this candelabrum. Step away from the body, Edgeworth. I didn't call for you, and I don't need you. This case is mine. It's what the victim would have wanted. You knew the victim? So it really is her. But be not afraid, everyone, for the goddess of justice will guide us to... She hasn't guided us to shit! The last multiple cases, I've guided us to the truth. You've guided us to bullshit. And a heart attack. She sure will. Now that I'm here, everything is going to be alright. Whoever did this will live to regret it. I'll show them Thank you, Francisca Von Karma, my favorite. I love you. You give no shits. You take no shit. You don't care. Thank you. Like, I know that he's a 17-year-old boy, but still. Miles Edgeworth, who is this imbecile? Why am I getting the death glare? I've got nothing to do with him. Francisca Von Karma, I presume. My apologies, I should have introduced myself sooner. Verdi Cavell, at your service. And the deceased in this case is... Rosie Ringer, attorney at law, and a member of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. I see. That would explain the key card. It also explains this. Which is bad. So you're the lead prosecutor? Yep, which means this case will be solved in... You didn't tell me your name yet, little boy. If you want to know my name, all you do is... Ouch! Stop babbling and tell me, now. It's Eustace. Eustace Winner. I think we've established where the balance of power lies in this particular room. And honestly, I've never been more grateful for that whip of hers. Mr. Guy in charge? Here, this is from Grandma.
What's this? No, the preliminary findings.
Well, looks like it's game over for you, Edgeworth. This isn't a game, Mr. Winner.
All right, that's me done. See you next stiff.
Yeah, home time. I can murder a bowl of noodles right about now. We're out of here, everybody. Stay healthy. I like them. So far, I like those two.
Oh, let's see. So the wind on her head is from when she fell over after she died?
Eustace.
It was the candle holder that killed her, huh? And she died sometime late last night. What now, Cavell?
It's very kind of you to share the coroner's findings with everybody, Eustace. But perhaps you should leave it there. We wouldn't want you to strain your voice, after all. No, that would be a tragedy. What a horrible thing for all of us if Eustace were to strain his voice.
Anyway, that settles it. We need to arrest Kay Faraday. What? What the heck are you talking about?
I think Eustace's meaning was very clear. Miss Faraday is the murderer, and though she is dressed differently than usual, this young lady covered in bandages is Miss Faraday herself, correct?
Alright, I'm gonna pick up the murder weapon. See this candelabrum right here? I'm just gonna hold it out like this, and I'm gonna close my eyes and walk forward towards you, and if you happen to die, that's not my fault.
You really mean to arrest her here and now? If you do, then I'll be forced to object, loudly and forcefully, and also once again beat you over the head. And as if further confirmation were needed, there it is. The committee was right to call your conduct into question. It is questionable in the extreme.
You didn't even investigate! It's been 10 seconds!
Investigate! Please, Mr. Edgeworth, just go. It's fine.
Fine! This isn't anything but fine, Kay!
I still don't remember anything. So, maybe I did do it. Maybe I killed that poor woman and I just don't remember. The goddess smiles on those who confess their sins. It is her wish that our confessions cleanse us. Okay. Imagine that I'm doing this to Gavel's head. Okay, we're done. That wasn't a killing blow, by the way. That was just to knock some sense. She applauds your commitment to the cause of justice, as do I. Judge Cavell, Eustace, if you really intend to arrest Kay, could you at least explain your grounds for doing so? I, for one, certainly don't intend to yield, not until I've seen some evidence to support your accusations.
Then allow me to be prepared to be hit with a face full of detective genius, Edgeworth. And they call it the human race because somebody has to win it, and that somebody is me. I won this race too. I saw it before anyone else did. Kay Faraday's the murderer, no doubt about it. She snuck into committee chamber looking to do some of her trademark great thieving. Okay, two things. One, how? Two, she hasn't stolen shit. Which means that nobody but her could have killed Rosie.
I'm so upset. I'm going to kill the... Poor boy, I know that you are only 17 years old. I know that you're an idiot. I know you're being coddled by Judge Cavell. I'm going to have to beat you within an inch of your life. That's my only choice. Was that even stupider than usual? Yes. That was a total mess. The Detective Gumshoe is saying that you know it must be bad. I asked you to explain your grounds for arresting Kay, yet you explained exactly nothing. True, but we haven't seen any... Right? This isn't America. This is the Japanese justice... This is a parody of the Japanese justice system. We haven't seen any proof of her evidence. How do you want proof of her evidence? Ah! That doesn't exist. That's not a thing. I'm sorry I'm not reading. I'm just so stupefied. I am so incredibly stupefied by this situation. Like, at least in most Ace Attorney games, when your opponent does something and they say something that's like, okay, I can see the logic behind what you're saying, but also I hate you. But here we're just like, every fucking case, every goddamn time, I'm just like, shut your goddamn mouth. I will sew it shut, and I don't know how to sew. I will do a poor job of sewing your mouth shut. It's gonna fucking hurt. But in the event that you do, I will be sure to freely let you know. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I'm skipping this. I'm skipping the first 2 sentences, because they don't matter.
Objection!
Are you familiar with this room, Mr. Winner? It certainly sounds like you are. Well, what can I say? Winners know where winners go. I'm number 1 and 2 and 3. In other words, the majority of your work is second, if not third rate. Why do you always have to make fun of me? You just make it so easy. You can take it as a slight if you wish, but the fact remains that you seem unfamiliar with this key card. Who do you take me for? Of course I'm familiar with it. You need one of those to get in here. Don't you? Have you no shame? Mr. Winner, do you really even suspect Kay? Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, but that's the thing. It's not a raincoat. And also, he's too stupid to be a murderer. That's a regular jacket, not a raincoat. Of course I do! She did it! Faraday's the killer! Then perhaps you can tell us how Kay got into such a secure room as this, without a key card. You know, there was that, and then yeah! A masterful summary. Now, as we know, only members of the committee have key cards, therefore only they can enter. Precisely. Why is she agreeing with me? Please take a look at this. I had security pull the data earlier. As you can see, the door to this room was open at 12:52 a.m. with Miss Ringer's key card. Wasn't Kay, like, in the hospital at that time? Wasn't she in the hospital since last night? Also, who's the unknown one? We cannot know for certain, of course, but who's to say the culprit didn't enter the room with Miss Ringer and then kill her over some sort of subsequent disagreement? Certainly a plausible theory, but that's all it is. For one, it would require the victim and her murderer to have known one another. Yeah, and Kay didn't know the woman, I'm sure of it! How can you possibly be sure of such a thing? That's pure speculation on your part, detective. There is no place for guesswork in the courtroom or at a crime scene. Hard evidence is what is required. Where's your fucking hard evidence? Oh, fucking God. The hypocrisy! The hypocrisy! I'm going to murder. I want to murder. I hate you. In that case, are you suggesting that you have said hard evidence to support your theory? Thank you, Francisca, the only person I respect. I mean, I also respect Kay Faraday, obviously. But I mean the only law person I respect. I have no respect for Edgeworth or Phoenix. Not because they're bad, but, you know, other reasons. Evidence that Kay Faraday and Rosie Ringer knew one another. But of course. I have here a letter Dr. Hertz found in the victim's chest pocket. Another victim's possessions. And you kept this to yourself until now. You planned for this, didn't you? Because you're so annoying. Just come out and say it to start with. I'm legitimately getting so pissed off at these two. Like, I've been so, like, there was a lot of me being pissed off in Spirit of Justice because of their bullshit, and a lot of me getting pissed off in pretty much every Ace Attorney because of the constant automatically assuming that the defendant is guilty all the time, right? But like, fuck. I feel like I've never gotten as pissed off at an Ace Attorney game as I am with these two motherfuckers. Shall I read it for you? Rosie, thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Kay. The list would seem to indicate pretty strongly that the two of them were accomplices, wouldn't you say? Accomplices in a plot to steal from the very room in which we are standing. I know. Or at least that was. But also everyone does that and I hate it for all of them. Miss Kay Faraday, for the second crime as well as Miss Ringer's murder. I'm the principal suspect? Don't listen to her, it's all lies, all of it! You're not like that, you never do any of the stuff they're accusing you of. Then how do you explain the letter, Detective? Like Mr. Winner, I suspected that Judge Gavel herself had some proof to support her accusation. I didn't expect it to be quite so definitive. Nicely done, Gavel. Thank you, Eustace.
Hold it!
We're not done here yet. I still have questions and you better have answers. Would you mind if I handle this, Eustace? Be my guest. Have fun arguing Edgeworth into the ground. Can't let them steamroller me on this. Find a way to take back the advantage. As the letter more than adequately proves, Miss Faraday and Miss Ringer were acquainted. So Miss Faraday had asked for Miss Ringer's help in a plot of some kind. But for whatever reason, their alliance that's speculation! Speculation! Miss Ringer lost her life in the resulting disagreement, but she had just one last card to play. The letter she kept safe in her left chest pocket, which spells out the name of her killer. Again, speculation! Also, if we compare this information, look at that. Let's see here, time of use, 12:52 a.m. Okay. 12:52 a.m. was it? You're saying that's when they were here? Okay. Ticket stub, 7:28 p.m. A good 5 hours earlier, where she was 100% pushed off the goddamn building. Hey, you can take her down, Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, of course. Don't do this out of pride, Miles Edgeworth. If you're going to fail, do it on somebody else's time. Hey, whose side are you on, sir? There's only one side to be on, Scruffy. The side of the truth. Oh, good. She's not... It's a good thing you work with Interpol, because Judge Gavel wouldn't like you either. Looks like the kid's got something to say. Well, there's only one side to be on, and it has to be of the winning... Yuck! Quiet to you. My thoughts exactly. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. They were acquainted. Fine. Blah, 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 blah. Plot of some kind. Fine. From the fan translation. Thanks so much for agreeing to help. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge. The thing is, this is so vague. This is so incredibly vague. This is the vaguest possible thing anyone could write. Like, this could mean fucking anything. Their alliance, again, and this is speculation! Whatever reason, could you be a little more specific? Not at the moment. But I am sure our investigation will uncover any number of possibilities. Whereas your lack of proof that Miss Faraday's innocent continues to be a major problem for you. I can see that some of the evidence would seem to point to Kay's involvement, but none of it is anywhere near conclusive. A letter explicitly outlining the connection of the victim, backed up by supporting evidence from the scene. How much more conclusive could it be? What's more, where is your proof to the contrary? That you're... I hate you.
Objection!
Nope, that was wrong. I want to commit murder. I'm gonna keep saying that.
Hold it!
We were able to examine the pocket in question for ourselves. And you want to know why the letter wasn't there, I assume? It's simple. The police's number one priority was handing it over to me. The victim had kept it on the left side of her chest, next to her heart, in other words, to indicate her heart's desire that her killer be brought to justice. I have little interest in sentimental speculation about Miss Ringer's desires. But one thing does interest me: the fact that you said the letter was. Oh, that's right. The left side should have been penetrated. It should have been broken. Hi, Maya. I'm pissed off today. Hydrate and posture will do. There is no. Okay. I know what to put. The same place where she was stabbed with the candelabrum. I think that might prove to be a very important clue. Can't imagine Kay writing a letter like that. But unless we can get more to Judge Gabel, I don't think... Oh no, what happened? Gabel and Eustace... Judge Gabel and Winter suck. I hate them. They're the worst.
Objection!
Like, they pissed me off so much, I didn't even... There were lines that just moved across and I didn't even read them out loud. So the victim kept the most vital clue of all closest to her heart. Not very touching. The voices of the dead fight to be heard, and even then they don't always reach us. But her voice rang loud and clear, and it told us loud and true, and it told us that Miss Faraday is her killer. I think you might have misheard her, Your Honor, or perhaps an evil spirit was trying to mislead you. Hey, you take that back. Perhaps we should try listening to the words of the coroner's report instead. By all means. If I recall correctly, the victim was stabbed on her left side. No! Yes, I'm afraid so. You claim that the letter was found in the victim's left chest pocket. Right where she was stabbed by the candle holder! Indeed. 3 puncture wounds to the chest, and yet not 1 to the letter. Miraculous, no? Oh, yeah, I've turned them off, and also this outfit doesn't have it. Hold on. Just for the fact that we're pissed off. Look into my eyes. Why is my mouth hanging open like that? That's true. The Fae Clan could help you out a lot here. Anyways, what is wrong with the model? Hello? Let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Now we're good. Hold on. Full pissed off mode. The jacket's off, the glasses are off, it's time for a beatdown. This is my ass kicking outfit. I have to look good when I'm slaying. You get it? Yeah. Oh, Judge Gabel, how do you explain that? Because I can think of one explanation. That the letter was deliberately placed there after the fact in order to cast suspicion on Kay. Someone went through a lot of trouble to create the crime scene we see before us. And that someone is the real culprit who almost certainly also forged this letter. It's clear that the culprit intended to frame Kay by means of that letter. And you fell for him! Hook, line, and sinker! No, Faraday did it! The letter was... It was in her other pocket. Yeah. Huh? Seriously? The whole left chest pocket thing was a mistake. Whoever reported it must have meant their left. Their left. Must have meant their left. Stop your foolish floundering, you foolish fool. Or are you just that incurably foolish? Why do you keep whipping me? Stop making fun of my deductions. Yeah! There. I saved you the trouble of disciplining him. Yes, even though I had no intention of doing so. That being said, I will admit, Francisca being here, it does make everything better. The letter is stained with blood, which suggests it had indeed been placed somewhere on her left side. Therefore, I thought there was some sort of mistaken report. Not unless that report was given by you. Val, say something! No objection. Good. Then allow me to continue. So, we have established the existence of a second suspect. No
No, we haven't. Murder had to get in here, remember? Who else could have gotten in apart from Faraday and Ringer?
Whoever it was would have needed a key card. Judge Gavello proposed that the killer entered the room together with the victim. But what if there is something questionable about the very basis of the theory itself?
Literally, this straight up, there's someone else that's on here that we don't have a name.
Look again at the key card record provided by Judge Gavello a short while ago. As already notes, the victim's key card was used at 12:52 a.m. But you will note that someone else's key card is also listed. A mystery person who could have entered beforehand and lay in wait for the victim, you mean? This other person entered at 10:15 p.m., so it's certainly not outside the realm of possibility. Except, I'm afraid it.
Hey, if this were you say that that person was you, congratulations, Judge Gavel, you're a suspect. And who is your evidence, huh, Your Honor?
My evidence? I am the evidence detective. It was my key card. There's nothing suspicious as a committee member entering the chamber as I please, is there?
I'm going to I hate her. You just made yourself a suspect.
Perhaps not, but that's also not the exonerating evidence you seem to think it is. Unless you can also prove that you yourself didn't murder your colleague. What utter nonsense! What would I have had to gain from killing her?
Objection!
I'm sure you know how I'm going to answer that, Your Honor. I believe further investigation will shed light on any motives you might have had. I am a faithful servant of the goddess. Why would I ever resort to an act of crime? I use my keycard, that is much as true. But my reason for entering this room is far from questionable. Though perhaps you'd care to tell us why, although...
Has a judge been the bad guy yet? Let me think about that. Yes and no? And Great Ace Attorney, the chief of, the guy in charge of all the law stuff in Great Britain at the time, or at least in that area, played judge in the final case of the second game. Hi, my beast. That guy who Strongheart, played the part of the judge in the final case, but he was the culprit. It was him. So yes, but also no. He wasn't a judge until then, but like he always had the power and the authority to do so.
I had business here in the committee chamber. There were certain preparations to make.
Preparation sounds pretty suspicious to me.
I am not at liberty to share what I was preparing for. But I am sure Prosecutor Edgeworth can make an educated guess. My hearing. She must have been busy gathering the documents they were going to use against me. To relieving me of my badge. And... it's good to keep our skills and our tongues sharp, especially when we're young, but that'll do for now.
Is that bad? Who the hell are you?
Ah, really takes me back to the days of my youth, back when I would wrangle with a certain detective.
My Maya, thank you for the lurk. Hope work is going well.
He disappeared, you know. I hope he's out there somewhere, living his best life. You'll have to forgive me, it's just, I get so emotional. The tears, I can't stop them.
Sir, why are you so ripped? Chairman Winner. I'm out. I'm done. Fuck this. I've had enough. This explains so very much. This explains so much. This explains so much. So, okay, does that mean I should be kicking your ass instead? I mean, probably. Random extra dude comes out of nowhere, is very likely the killer.
Winner? Oh, Verity, my girl. Do you ever stop working? Your dedication puts us all to shame. Why are your glasses filled with water? What is going on with your glasses? And is this young Francisca I see before me? Dear child, when did you get so big? Uncle Winter, it's been far too long. And so formal. I thought we were like family. I used to sit on my knee and shout, Uncle Winter at the top of your little lungs. But time goes by so very fast. One can't help but shed a tear. Dad, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? Committee member has been murdered and you're in charge of the case, my boy. That feels like... What is this? Bring your pops to work day? This feels like so... There's like 5 different conflicts of interest happening here. Edgeworth has a conflict of interest. Judge Gabel has a conflict of interest and is also a suspect. Eustace Winter now has a conflict of interest. Everyone here has a conflict of interest, even Gumshoe. Everyone's got one. All of you, out. Get Detective Bad in here. He's the only one that can do anything. Oh my god. I highly doubt that it literally means uncle. Silence! Do you have any idea who he is? This man is practically the right hand of the goddess herself. So this is your pope. This is your justice pope. This is him? This the dude? This the guy? What does that make you? Just a bishop? I'll beat Justice Pope's ass. I don't give a shit. A former chief prosecutor and the current chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Now, Verity, there's no need to bring all that up. I'm just a harmless old man. I'm just a harmless old man, really. Allow me to apologize for the detective's rudeness. I am Miles Edgeworth, correct? Your little subordinate, Dick Gumshoe. That is water! I was right! Dude, I hate your eyes. Can we put the water back in your glasses? I am an Excelsius winner. Father to this idiot boy, among other things. Good! Good! Someone else knows that he... You know he's an idiot. You know he's an... Wow, this is the most blatant fucking nepotism. Not ever. Not ever. I'm not gonna say the worst nepotism I've ever seen. I was about to, then I remembered real life actually somehow sucks worse than this. Somehow, real life is worse than this. And this is pretty bad. Oh, my wife and I were so happy when he was born, 17 years ago. How old are you? And now she's gone too. Heaven only knows to where. Dad, here, here's my handkerchief. Oh, thank you, son. You're a good boy in your own silly way. Like father, like son, I suppose, though it's hard to say who's the bigger fool. I mean, here comes the problem. Who's the bigger fool? The fool or the fool who lets the fool do foolish things, not caring that he's a fool? Well, Verity, how goes the investigation? Thank you for asking, sir. We have identified a prime suspect, 1K Faraday. We are currently trying... You don't have nearly enough to make her your prime suspect, and you know it. Or have you forgotten we just discovered about the letter? I told you, that was just a mix-up. I had the wrong fucking... Don't test my patience. Alright, that's enough. Let's all just calm down, shall we? I'm so sorry you had to see that, sir. My humblest apologies. I think you've all made your cases very clearly. Or except for you, Eustace. What? But, Dad! We are prosecutors and our duty to identify suspects and bring them to justice. But I wouldn't dare call someone a suspect without evidence or a motive. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, I know all about your relationship to the accused. Thick as thieves pretty simply out, based on what I've heard. Kay's no criminal! She's helped us catch the bad guy loads of times! Much about this case is still unclear, sir. Please, you have to let us... Oh, it's heartwarming, really. The bonds of friendship are so strong among the young. What are you lighting on fire? But circumstances being what they are, I'm afraid those bonds won't be enough. Sir, what did you just do? Yeah, he's crying a lot. That's where all the water in his goggles is coming from, and it's also getting all over his beard. And he's, what did he just burn? What the heck is that supposed to mean? A prosecutor's office needs this case cleared up as quickly as possible. Time is oh so precious, and we have so little of it. And there are so many cases. I'm sorry, but you understand, of course, don't you? All right, Miss Kay Faraday. Time to come along quietly. Yes, sir. You're not taking her! She's innocent, I tell you! To defy the chairman of the committee is to defy the law itself. It is an act so brazen a hearing won't be necessary at all. Are you prepared for Mr. Edgeworth to lose his badge over this, detective? Oh, so, either Kay goes down or Mr. Edgeworth loses his badge? What the heck am I supposed to do? You'd use his badge to shield yourselves? Oh, how the committee, too, has fallen. And, wow. See, here's the thing. Francisca Von Karma is here being like, you can't fucking touch me. I'm gonna object to this bullshit. We can take your badge. No, you fucking can't. I work with the Interpol, bitches! Thank you. We've only known each other for a short while, but you've been very kind. And I'm sorry. Sorry for being a criminal. Your contrition has been noted, Miss Faraday, and will be conveyed to the goddess of justice. I mean, of course Francisca is. Ever since the first game, Miles Edgeworth has been on the, okay, I'm calling out bullshit side of things. And after the second game, Francisca Von Karma joined him on the, okay, I'll call it bullshit. But she's a little bit less obvious about it. But still, what in the world should I do? When I was little, all I wanted was to be like my father. To become an attorney and fight for those who can't fight for themselves. But now my fate is tied to that of this one tiny badge. One tiny badge against the life of a dear acquaintance. Who am I kidding? There's nothing to weigh up. Hold it! I guess this is it. Goodbye, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
Judge Cavell, a moment, please. Yes, what is it? Rip the badge off? Slam it yep, I knew it! Fuck this thing. Your badge? What is the meaning of this? I am returning it. From this day forth, I'm a prosecutor no longer. Mr. Edgeworth? What are you doing? Miles Edgeworth, explain yourself right now. You're giving it all up, just like that. You can't mean it, sir. Tell me you're kidding, please. If you're not a prosecutor anymore, then what does that make me? I have one duty and one duty alone, to pursue the truth. If being a prosecutor means I must turn a blind eye to the very truth before me, then I will gladly shed the title to be free. Let's fucking go! I love this. I love this man. Edgeworth, you're now my favorite person. I mean, obviously not including Francisca. She always takes top spot. But like, you're doing great. I love you. I'll carve my own path, one I believe in. I won't let my search for the truth end here. Are you running away from the Von Karma? From me? Say what you will, Francisca, you won't change my mind. So you're leaving me behind again? I'll never forgive you for this. Never. No, this is all my fault. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for me. Wait, Kay, don't go! You stay right where you are, detective. Oh yeah, 100% knowing that he's chief prosecutor in the Apollo Justice trilogy. After this, and this is canon, as far as I'm aware, is mwah. But sir, I'm not a prosecutor anymore. Don't say that. Where you go, I go, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm always there, right by your side. There's no need for you to do that now, detective. Simply focus on your job and do what you can. Help out Francisca. She's your boss now. But sir, she whips me a lot. Oh, now this is no good, is it? We've let a dangerous criminal run free. I try, and yet it's never enough. It's because you're all fucking idiots, first of all. There's no need to worry, sir. We'll set up a cordon. She won't get far. She'd better not. I'd be very disappointed in you if she does. Okay, please tell me Judge Gavelle is now kind of realizing something. He's 68 years old. You had your first child at 51? I'm not knocking you, I'm just curious. I was just curious. At the age of 51 years old, had his first son. Possibly only child. I'm not gonna, like, fine, whatever. I was just curious. Just wanted to know. I bet Judge Gavelle is now like, well, shit, I wasn't expecting him to actually give it up. Like, he's been fighting for it for so hard, and now he's giving it up for this? Am I the baddie? Nah. April 5th. April 5th, 5:58 p.m. Prosecutor's office. Room 1202. She's not here either. Well, how did she get out of the building that fast? Fender, buddy, help me. Knockity knock knock, special visitor. Fender. Oh, talk about not half the face. Everything okay, big guy? And what's with that big old hole in your lapel? Oh, I ripped off I didn't even take the bullet badge off. I just straight ripped it from my chest. You won't earn yourself too many admirers looking like that. What are you doing here? Has something happened? Has something happened, yes, I'll say. It's been all over the news. Murder in the committee chamber? I'd call that a happening, all right. And what with your hearing being today, I thought, well, I couldn't help wondering if you were involved. They're reporting it on the news already? Yeah, dead lawyer, young woman on the run, they're lapping it up. It's crazy stuff, but compelling too, I gotta admit. So, you gonna give me the lowdown or what? Kay lost her memory and now we need to find her. That is the entire lowdown. Like 100%. Forget this conversation. The more we talk, the further away she gets. Let's go. This isn't a joke, Fender. Kay's out there somewhere all alone and without her memory. Not to mention being the suspect in a murder. That definitely doesn't make things any easier. But where the heck could she have gotten to? You're sure she didn't remember Zip? I thought she might have come here, but no luck, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Sounds like she thinks she's done you wrong. She wouldn't want to cause you even more trouble by rocking up on your doorstep. You think I don't know that, but I'm out of place to look. Take a cherry pill, compadre. This isn't like you. Wound up tighter than a clockwork monkey. Which isn't a bad thing necessarily. After all, it's got even you running from pillar to post, looking to save an innocent from jail. Act like the attorney I know you were born to be. Look, Fender, I may have given up my badge earlier, but it doesn't mean I've decided to become an attorney. However, Kay isn't just some suspect in a murder to me. She's somebody I've come to know very well, even if we've only been acquainted for a short while. And she never harmed a fly, let alone another person. Blow my mind twice in 5 minutes, why don't you? Kid's lucky to have you in her corner, champ. Hope you don't mind me saying this, but that's quite the bond that sprung up between the two of you. Not to give me and your old man a run for its money, even. It's nothing like that, really. Just like to involve herself in my affairs. You can say that again. What I've seen, she likes to charge into things no holds barred. But she's done you some good, I can tell. You two make a great team. Can't say I'm not a little jealous, seeing as my partner in crime is no longer around. Anyway, you need to track her down. Connections like that don't grow on trees. I should know. Alright, how about this for a plan? You're fresh out of ideas where she could be. And you can't just walk the streets shouting a name. So why not go back to the source? Look into how she lost her memory in the first place. Here's my turn up some clues that'll help narrow things down. That's not a bad idea. Based on what she told us, it sounds like it all started at the big building. And that's where we're headed. Next stop, the big time. And maybe you can give your face the good news on the way. Kay won't come frolicking back into the fold the first thing she sees is you scowling like that. Very funny. Fender is truly a force of nature all on his own. 6:42 p.m. Big building. Viewing platform. The sun sure set quickly. Not even a murder on the premises can make this place close its doors. Gotta chase that last dollar, huh? There's hardly anybody around though. Guess we got the whole place to ourselves, or at least mostly. First step towards proving Kay's innocence is to figure out how she lost her memory. Earth to Miles, we've got sleuthing to do. This rooftop paradigm is almost all ours, so let's focus up and do what we can for Kay, huh? Okay, to what we're good at, and I suppose I should be grateful there's at least something we can do. Have we still not told them that her memory is gone, or is it not just obvious? Pegasus, the winged horse of legend. No, wait. Isn't that a horn on its forehead? So, it's a unicorn? No, that can't be right either. Unicorns don't have wings. It's an alicorn! What's this? There's a little plaque there at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. That'll teach me to bother engaging with such things. Excuse you! Excuse you, me! Alicorn is a thing. Fuck you. The beak and wings of a bird and the body of a lion. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop heaven. Not to say, they're incredibly detailed, almost frighteningly so. Instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have been scared off by these instead. Pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom. According to what Kay told us, she was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. So the person in the raincoat that Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand. Which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. The railing is chest high. I try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it. Everything looks sturdy enough too. I want to look at the stand first. It looks like a TV showing announcement blah 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 blah. Just on a regular broadcast channel. What am I standing here for? The Steel Samurai's on today. Oh, isn't on today. Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck are you doing here? Looking to get yourself in even more hot water? You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hertz. I'll be just fine. Whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. It's all that coming a mile off. Wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you need to concern yourself with my affairs, and also I quit. There's a difference. If you say so. So, oh, how's Kay doing? Uh-oh. Did something happen? Maybe I can help? How about an injection? No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay, unless you happen to inject Kay with a GPS. I did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon. Okay. I'm currently thinking... Found her. I had a feeling. She never left. She's been up here the whole time. She's been here the whole time. Hi. Okay. Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait. How to make you a criminal, Kay? Probably meant to say laying low. Oh, yes. That. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect haunting the site of a supposed crime. Surely you understand that, even in your current state. On top of which, while you've been playing hide-and-go-seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you. Are you mad at me? Of course I am. Now, what were you thinking coming back here? Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness? No! I came to try and help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could... There's one thing you haven't lost, you know? Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I couldn't be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless. Do you hear me? I'm sorry. Seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points, then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad to see you're safe. Come on, bring it in. Okay. That's the spirit. Not now, Fender. Eesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood. Live news from the big building where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. So you consider the prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her. They're stupid. Ooh, mama. They're not messing around, huh? They're so stupid. Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down, and fast. Indeed, it's only a matter of time before they find us. Alright, first things first. Okay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche? But I caused you so much trouble already. You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point. Mr. Ashworth. It's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Margie will be in charge of proving Kay's innocent. And I will, believe me. So I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with the investigation, okay, Kay? Then what are you gonna do? Of course. Great, now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting brigged by the boys in blue before he's even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. I messed up his voice. Grady would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know. Hey, you! Yeah, you! How about some delicious parting clouds, cotton candy to brighten your day? Parting clouds? Is a name for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here. Our gimmick is we take a normal serving of cotton candy and we split it in half. Part it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit, and we're laughing all the way to the bank. I don't think your customer will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely. Okay. Can't believe this thing's made the news already. How do they doing, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from the chopper up there right now? Go check the TV for me, Mazzarino. Need to make sure they're catching my good side. Now, it's a time like this. Okay. As you can see, there's still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct? Well, that's right. There have been people walking by the windows all evening. This is one serious investigation. Oh, this doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with Kay any rosier. I'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool, mysterious customer, Mazzarino, but I'm no spy. Maybe we can use him as a decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. Scour the scene, inspect anything. The clock. We'll start here. Looks like this is being broadcast live. Which means we're looking at the big building. Does that mean we're on TV too? I don't think so. Cameras fall away enough and it's just dark enough that I think we'll be safe for now. At least we'd better be. Chaos sports, things will go from bad to worse before we know it. Curiouser and looks like this being well. As you can see, there's still hard at work up on the 50th floor. That's where the Committee for we already know this. You already said this. Wait, something's very wrong with this picture. And I can use a certain there's an extra floor there. I knew it. That's one floor too low. Because if we look at the pamphlet, the committee chamber is supposed to be right there, but that's not the 50th floor, that's the 49th floor. Question, how many floors does this building have? Easy, 50, right? Kinda ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works is ugly little schemes is a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smooch times. But then, what's that dark space above the 50th floor? The gloomy underbelly of love? Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform, but it actually appears to be located one floor below that, clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever read the pamphlet made a mistake? Somehow, I don't think so. Call me crazy, but yes, there appears to be a hidden 51st floor. Wow, and that's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love? Art! You didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay. Good, then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead. Come on, haven't you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. Still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. Interesting and interesting. Curiouser and curiouser. What do we have? Oh, binoculars. This might help. You can insert a coin, take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. The Kay I know, anyway. But for now, I'd better focus my power of observation on this rooftop. Never mind. Is that just a random light? Yeah, that's nothing important, unfortunately. I hope I've been of some help to you so far. You used to say you were the second great thief, Yotagarasu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that? Oh, I think you're right. I was a noble. Not a noble, Kay, a noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. I keep feeling like there's something just on the edge of my memory. Could it be a clue? Alright, just let it float to the top of your mind, and whatever comes into your thoughts. Alright, I'm seeing... It's very faint, but I'm seeing a small restaurant. Just a counter and some seats, and there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. They're firm, but not too firm. That's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm going to order another bowl! A captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with the case. I came back here because I thought it might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay, I was standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain, when I saw a person in a red raincoat. Then they pushed me. Do you remember anything specific about the person? I'm sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer. The moon. Yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was in the exact same place it is right now, floating up there above the cherry blossoms. The moon was visible over the mysterious... But wait. Wait. Hold on. That doesn't make sense. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If you were standing under the cherry blossoms, and the moon was above the cherry blossoms, and you saw it over their shoulder, something's wrong. That's new information. I should keep it in mind. None of that makes sense, though. If the moon was supposedly here, but Kay was also supposedly here, and the person came from this way, the moon should have been over on this side, but it wasn't. Weird. Something's not adding up. Okay, look, I'm trying, okay? This is all the information I have. I tried. We've looked at everything, I believe, so we should have all the pieces. It's just a matter now of putting them together. Okay. Thinking back over what Kay has said, the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand. which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the sand. She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder, but when we checked just now, the moon was in a different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with the story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, she really had been pushed over that railing. She would have never survived the fall. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen as she thought she did. What if she actually fell down a trap hole into a lower floor? You may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. And what if that's exactly what happened? That's exactly what I just said, Fender! The ground can just open up like that? My bad, not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may also be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in the area. There's a chance we might have missed something. Let me find a trap door. Found it! I found a trap door. It's so incredibly difficult to see. It was hiding behind the text box. What's this? Looks like a service hatch. Okay, you think you might have fallen down here instead? Definitely want to survive the fall and not die. Nah, you'd never be as close to that. I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other. My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know. I don't? Never? Well, maybe not never, if I told you to leap lyrically into my arms. Fender! Chill, Mazzarino, where's your sense of whimsy? So, never then. Ouch. Talk about a deep cut. We need to go down this hatch. We need to see what's on the 51st floor. How has no one noticed a floor between the 50th floor and the viewing platform until just now? You got me there. Kinda hard to hide a set of stairs going up to, if you ask me. That's precisely it. Things like stairs that are normally out in the open, going unnoticed by people, seems a bit implausible, which can only mean the 54th floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means. You'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right? I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's go for unconventional. Indeed. Consider, if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What should we expect to find on the other side of the hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps? Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language. Let's go take a look. Alright, everyone. Down the apparently unlocked hatch. Why is it unlocked? No idea. Look at all that stuff down there. Is it a storeroom? Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you found. Go team! Strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory also remains unsolved. We have a red raincoated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things. Okay, guy basking his success for a second. So he found a hidden storeroom. I thought we'd scooch on down and check it out. We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. I mean, it could, depending on how much of a fall it is, but it should be fine. Hey, Emma! Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Emma, what are you doing here? I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what's going on. This is Emma Skye. She's a high school student currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. The younger sister of a former superior of mine, who we've also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. He said your bat fell off of the big building and that Kay was in a man's suit and... Hold it right there. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Well, then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around the crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language after all. That's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? Aw, shucks. Isn't that sweet, K-Meister? Your little friend's worried about you. Oh, yes. Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Very funny, young lady. It's actually the way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law and senior partner at Edgeworth & Co. Law Offices. Edgeworth? So you are his assistant? Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney? I'm not! To say it's complicated is an understatement. Let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first, but an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth? Really? Ugh, it's like I'm not even here. What is this, some kind of weird experiment? How she said down below, I'll explain that. I agree. The police could be here any minute. And who's this? I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, all right, but you'd better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro Attorney? Trust me, I'll explain that too. Okie dokie do. Down the hatch we go. Technically, as of right now, I am unemployed. Wow, you're worse off than Gumshoe. Please don't say that. Please, for the love of God, do not say that. But it's true. Gumshoe at least has a job, even if he's broke as all fuck. Oh dear Lord. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Ouch! I hit my head on something. Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Ah, bingo! Ah, bright light. Okay, hey, hands raised. I know where we are. I know what happened. I'm 1,000%, 100,000,000%. I know what's going on here. This is the smuggling ring. Welcome to the goddamn smuggling ring operation, motherfuckers. Francisca, you might want to get down here. There's something important. You remember this tiki from when I was on the plane with the guy that died that was supposed to be your partner and your accomplice or your friend who worked with you from Interpol? But he died because that one lady from the smuggling ring killed him. Do you remember that statue? The one I told you about? And there's a fake there? I found it. Apparently it's worth 2.4 million yen? I'm not sure. I don't see a denomination here. I'm going to say yen, which honestly I feel like it should be worth more than that because that's only like $240,000. Actually, $24,000. Yeah, that seems really cheap. Maybe it is in US dollars. Yes, and also, remember that luggage from that lady with the terrible design sense? I found one of her luggage carts. Also, there's a naked mannequin here with no legs and no head and missing an arm. Also, the Iron Infant's here for some reason. And a bunch of masks. And some other stuff. And a painting, and a box that's been opened that looks like maybe a curse came out and killed everyone. So the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. We need to take a careful look over all these items. Alright, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or three. Okay, let me just skip ahead. I did indeed. Where to even start? Blah 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 blah, K, amnesia, blah 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 blah, murder, blah 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 blah, hiding away, blah 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 blah. I quit. It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma. Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney. I'm not an attorney, or a prosecutor anymore. But whatever you are, I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand. Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me. Well, if you're sure. Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make all this official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth. And you, Miss Skye. And then there were four. Alright, everyone, let's get to work. Also, what's with you and all the young lady assistant? Ask Phoenix Wright, he's the one who started the trend. I'm merely continuing it. I want to know where that elevator goes. Oh, there's also a blue badger thing down here. And some other stuff. Looks like it goes down. And something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Alright, Cam. Let me know if you find anything juicy. I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind. Thank you, Kay. Emma? Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Then let's begin. Investigation! Let's fucking go. I recognize this. Do you recognize this? The statue! What is it? Got some new data for me? Not exactly. It's just something from a case I worked on. Piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were two of them, a real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places. An old case, huh? Guess you have worked on a bunch of different... Lottie! Or Lotta. Caught you in the act, red dang handed, guiltier than tomcat covered in cream. My eyes! Solve that at once. Hey, no stopping my snapping, not till I got every dang detail and then some. I think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot. Think again, we're not criminals. Yeah, sure, pull the other one, it's got bells on. This here camera's a weapon of justice. Ain't about to be hornswoggled by your cheap denials. Oh, that's you. Huh? You're that low-down dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't you? Who are you calling a low-down dirty jerk? Oh, this is a lot of heart. Photojournalist by trade, we crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. She's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. Seems I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful all I want from you is a couple of pictures. We're just here to investigate. Sure you are. If by investigating, you mean pull the wool over Lotta's mile-wide eyes. Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought she might listen to me. Didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. She'll get tired. Leave her be, she'll get tired. What is that giant head thing? It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. I remember the case well. But how did they even get it up here? Huh? Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Or Mr. Murdoch somehow? Just don't be ridiculous. If I'd ever make such a mistake. Piles of banknotes, just left all for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say? No way! These are all $100 bills! That's a fortune right there! How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth? Please, Emma, I don't even want to think about it. Whoa, that's one heck of a desk. Wonder who it belonged to. Well, 4 male figures acting as legs, holding up the tabletop in the center. It's hideously cringy. It doesn't even have good decency to be camp enough to loop back around. The words cringe and camp coming out of Edgeworth's mouth don't feel right, but it's funny. Is this from one of your old cases too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to any of my investigations with such ostensibly awful taste. At least, I don't think there was. A bunch of trophies and... Oh, look! Somebody's left a walkie-talkie here. Looks to me like it was put there deliberately. Rather like it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. It could be useful. Let's take them with us. They won't mind if we use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station afterward. Someone's trying to sound like a certain great thief. I feel like these are references that my brain is trying to piece together. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden icebox. Yeah, the chains are probably to stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't this just a box for storing clothes in? The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moths away. Oh, yeah, sure, guess you could look at it that way too. And keeping your clothes chilled would be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I see. Oh, these are... What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? If I'm not mistaken, several items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. What are they doing here? Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into? Can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office too? Right, because the cow is from the first case of this game, the iron infant from the last case of the previous game, the lantern is also from the last case of the previous game. Uh-oh. My model broke. VC face crashed again, because it likes to do that. Okay, we're fine now. We're still sticking with the angry eyes, even though Gavel and Eustace aren't here. Oh, when a case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial has finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct. This is a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out what the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all. They all have labels. Those with numbers. Exhibit numbers, maybe. Maybe you said they're all pieces. Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I guess these are prices. Prices? How would I never guessed that? Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it? Prices are very high indeed. No wonder she's surprised. Okay. What do we have? I feel like those two pieces of evidence go together, right? These are stolen goods from the smuggling ring. We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags, along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods. Shady deals on a hidden 51st floor? This is big! It has to be, right? I think it might be, but we need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here. If only there was an eyewitness we could interview. How about that one behind us? There's a cute little doll. Looks kind of like the Steel Samurai. That's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he would one day be called upon to fight for justice. You can imagine the pressure that must have put him under, more than most people could bear. Yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless. A certain tragic refinement. Mr. Edgeworth, are you even listening to me? Oh, of course. Oh, and that's the, that bottle of perfume is from 7 years ago. And a lantern. Both pieces of evidence from a previous case. But why? What's all this stuff related to you doing here? It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time. The duration of case, and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence. Seriously? A coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out. There's always a face up to the facts of a situation, however strange they may be. Isn't that what scientists believe too? Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in, this may take a while. It's a small bottle, one I've seen before. Oh, that's all? Nothing else to add? Well, no. What more did you want me to say? Hold up, I've got to write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanations. Next time, try taking these kind of notes in silence. I don't remember what this is, though. That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it. Indeed. And look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. I'd say something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you? You know what? I think you might be right, but, I'm drawing a blank as to trying to imagine what. Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. The star cups from the case that we don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected, do we? Oh, we do! No. Because that's only 4 stars. Oh, it's the candelabrum. Ha ha ha, I didn't realize it was, I didn't take a look at the bottom. The base is a very unique shape. If it were removed from a dusty shelf, it would be immediately obvious what had been standing there. Wow, if only I had found that earlier. Spacing matches the wounds in the victim's chest, but is this really the murder weapon? I mean, kinda looks like it, don't you think? I want to make a deduction, please. Why was this so cheap? Why was it only $2.40? Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case? That certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. A mannequin, huh? Wait, I know! All thanks to my powers of scientific deduction. Evidence from all cases. Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. Doesn't seem to fit with the other items in this room either. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. So why is it here? And why is the blue badger here? And all these masks. It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here. But a fan of horror movies, I take it. No way! That stuff's so unscientific. I think you mispronounced terrifying. Yeah, okay. I know what's missing from here.
Eureka!
I don't even have to look. Kay was carrying a German ninja mask when she was found, but it looks like it might have originally come from this hook. Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis, which would mean that Kay was really here. As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis, but why? Did you come to steal something? There's all kinds of stuff here. Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No, I think it's too early to jump into any conclusions. These are all case files from various murders. What? But why would they be in here? They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office. Which suggests that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. Captain Sapien, he's super popular overseas. Everybody loves driving up on him, kids, adults, you name it. I find the flower on his head a little excessive myself. Okay, not important. Let's talk to Lotta. Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart?
Me? I told you. I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little on me, of course. I'm a photographer for the people.
For the people? If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom.
Oh, so she's after a juicy story. Makes sense.
What?
How'd y'all figure that out?
Guess it means I don't have to tiptoe around it anymore now.
One of my sources told me the down low about underground auction.
What? So all the items here
were sold to the highest bidder. Folks were slinging around money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on my subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Tall in two trees. So I thought at first. Anyhow, wasn't about to write it up based on hearsay alone. Just I snuck in, sunk behind this here statue, and settled into wait. Then started late at night and carried right on through to the break of dawn.
So the auction and the murder happened on the same night. Coincidence?
Dirty deals in a secret storeroom. Talk about a story.
Was there anything else on sale apart from the items of evidence in this room?
Sure. There was regular old stuff too. Shady artworks from who knows where, that kind of thing.
In what way are shady artworks regular, exactly?
Well, I mean, exactly the same way you would think in a secret underground auction. There's always this shit. It's money laundering, you know, that these artworks are all over the place. The real things, the fake things, the things that look like real things but are actually fake things, things that look like fake things but maybe they're actually the real thing. Well, the evidence was the big draw for sure. Reckon they were selling them fast and the crooks could smuggle them out of the cop and prosecutor shops.
And I'll bet you got pictures of the whole thing, right, Miss Hart?
Well, you see, the main event was down below. I'll try and see what I could from up here.
Having been up here since yesterday, I assume you witnessed the entire auction from start to finish then?
It was an underground affair, like I said, so folks weren't exactly giving much away. All them customers came down one at a time from up on the roof there. They were en masse as soon as they got down the ladder. And that ain't all. They had voice changer doodads, honestly. Teeny tiny ones, stinkier than a bug's behind. And so you couldn't see their real faces, and you couldn't hear their real voices. Surreptitious all is all heck. You mean surreptitious, right? I surely do. Sweet, sweet surreptitude.
Also not a word.
Anywho, once they had their gear on, they went right on downstairs.
Wait, does that mean that... Wait.
And then in came the next one. When it came down to the lead, they all done the same, but in reverse. Up they came again, one by one.
Interesting.
Mask back on the hook, up the ladder and away.
But Kay still had a mask on. Or had it with her, not on. We need to find out where that elevator goes. It's very important.
Whoa! That's a serious operation.
And how many participants were there?
11 altogether. I counted them when they came down the ladder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11 masks are currently on up on the hooks. The only one missing is the Jammin' Ninja mask that we have, but that's number 12.
I didn't just hide behind a stupid statue the whole time, you know?
You didn't? Then where were you?
Well, when I first got here, you know what? That ain't important right now.
So you were hiding behind the statue from the very beginning?
Anywho, I watched all them folks come in from my spine spot there in the shadows.
I see, so you were watching from behind the statue.
He used that there elevator to get down below. And once they was all down there, I snuck up and took me a peek at what was going on.
You mean the elevator remained in the room beneath?
Nah, they sent it back up. There's a little peeky hole if you know where to look.
Elevator don't quite sit flush with the floor, see? And if you bend down and squint just right, you can see the whole shebang. Did you catch sight of who was in charge? Alright, sure, I guess I did. Ain't half a so good a story if you don't get a glimpse of the evil ringleader after all. Wonder who this ringleader is. Let's ask her some more. Tell me who it is. Can you tell me any more about them? Y'all should know I came here to get me an exclusive, and an exclusive ain't much dang good if you done spoiled the beans already. I see. So you don't actually know anything about them. Do you think that's why she won't give us an answer? Makes sense, I guess. You got me. Couldn't see if it was a man or a woman, a kid or an old timer. Nothing. What were they wearing? Could you see that at least? Sure. White jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel. Them 3 things are what I remember. I'm sorry. Did you say white suit, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel? A white suit, white gloves, and a magenta flower on the lapel? Who would have fucking guessed that goddamn Rosie, one of the committee members, is fucking corrupt? Someone please pretend to be shocked for me, because I can't do it. I hate you all. But what good's the description of the outfit if I don't got a clue who was wearing it? So this ringleader disguised their identity too, just like everybody else? Yes, sirree. Mask, voice change, the whole 9 yards. Oh, they might have been number 12 wearing the German ninja costume. They were wearing one of the masks. Which one? Let me see. Oh yeah, this guy, Zurvan. Zurvan? What kind of game is that? Seriously, Mr. Edgeworth, you've never heard of Zurvan? He's a global hero on Yonkapon's arch nemesis. Who hasn't heard of Zurvan the Time Lord? I think you might be better off asking who has. Also, you didn't get a glimpse of the face at all. No, I dang well didn't. It's kind of scotch as my scoop. This whole mess has been nothing but a snap punt. I should have never come. Gee, I wonder where this fucking outfit looks goddamn familiar. We know somebody who was dressed like that. Maybe I should try showing them evidence. Showing the evidence to Miss Hart. Hey, does this look familiar? You said that the ringleader was wearing a white jacket, white gloves, and a magenta flower, correct? Sure did. Don't ask me why they was dressed up like a peacock on parade day, but they was. Is this the outfit you saw? Well, holy smokes, it sure as heck is. But wait, so the Big Cheese is dead? All we know is that she's the victim in the case we're investigating. Her name was Rosie Ringer. Nope. So the ringleader was a lady? Well, ain't that just slipper and dang deal? Throwing me off with a man's check like that. I hardly think she did it to fool you specifically. But setting that aside for now, what's important is that we discovered something vital to the case. Namely, that the underground auction was chaired by none other than our victim. So somebody done bumped off the boss, huh? Then that's what's happening? When what was happening? Oh, nothing at all. Y'all just go on about your business now. No offense, Miss Hart, but that made you sound about 5 times more suspicious. Suspicious my foot? I told y'all it's nothing. And you won't get nothing more out of me than that. Is it time to play mind chess? Wait, so there is more? How many dang times I gotta tell you? It ain't nothing, okay? And I ain't saying nothing out of the way. Oh, you can't tell us just a little more? Pretty please? I'll tell you this, okay? I'm a journalist, a news hound, a scoop hunter, you know? Exclusive articles go out, money comes in, and that's how the game's played. Tell you more? Heck, I done told y'all too much already. Wait, what if I examine some fingerprints for you, pro bono? What kind of conker thank you is that? I'd sooner get his teeth pulled. You want intel? You go dig it up yourselves, just like I had to. Okay, guess she isn't going to talk to either of us. Oh, she will. I'll handle things from here, Emma. There's a certain technique I find useful when dealing with difficult customers such as her. She won't give up the information voluntarily, but that doesn't mean she can't be persuaded to. What's your technique? Doing absolutely nothing. Let's start by observing our opponent. I ain't telling y'all nothing, you hear? Now quit wasting my time before I really blow a fuse. Quick tempered, she'll try to cut the conversation dead whenever possible. Won't have much time to think, so I'll need to be swift and decisive. So my first move is to discover what that something is. Mind chess. Commence! I need you to tell me everything you know, and don't you dare leave anything out. I Why should I tell you anything? It ain't got nothing to do with me, nor me with you neither. I don't have a clue. Okay. I can see you're a little agitated, Miss Hart. But just calm down and try to talk reasonable. I am calm, dang you! Leastways I will be as soon as y'all quit yanking my dang chain. That's better. Being a news hound's all about keeping a cool head no matter what the world throws at you, see? Speaking of news hounds, this might interest you. I met one a few days ago. She was a very hungry young reporter indeed. A reporter with a very particular turn of phrase, similar to your own, in fact. Oh, yeah? She spoke like me, huh? Guess that could have been someone I know. Who did we meet the other day? I don't remember! You do realize you have nowhere to turn, don't you? Oh, quit ratting me, will you? The whole thing is a waste of my precious time. Wow. We were running out of time fast. Wow, that sure did waste my time. That sure felt like a waste of time. I've yet to actually... I've never run out of time in this before. Once more onto the breach. Try that again. Take two. Oh, I do remember. Her name is Tabby Lloyd, and if I had closed my eyes, I could have believed I was listening to you. She told me about somebody she called the Chief. She was talking about you, wasn't she? I forgot about her. Back in the first case of this game. Oh, so y'all met Tabby, huh? Well, ain't that something? Where'd y'all bump into her? She's a great kid, reckon... Wait, oh no you don't! You ain't getting on my good side bringing her into this, you sneaky snake. Whew, you nearly had me too. God. I think we can use that to our advantage. I need you to tell me... I don't have anything to do with you. That's a little unkind, don't you think? After all, I know your princess. I know her pretty well, in fact. Yeah? Well, guess it does seem kind of cold of me to say that if you know her pretty good. Wouldn't want the poor kid thinking I don't give a rat's behind. Good. Then you'll tell us what you know? Fine. See, it's like this. Got me a wait! What am I thinking? Dang it, Lottie, you can't let him bamboozle you that easy. What was that about a scoop? Oh, forget it. It was nothing. How embarrassing. A professional journalist making a careless slip of the tongue. You have a scoop, don't you? Now tell me what it is. Alright, I got me a scoop. A big one. But I can't just go blabbing about it to y'all. I got bills to pay. I mean, do you know how much a giant scoop of ice cream is worth? I could sell this for billions. She may be hiding something very important. I have to get it out of her. But she's also quick to let key information slip. Let's see what else we can get out of her. Your big scoop involves something criminal in nature, doesn't it? Might be it did, might be it didn't. This is important. Alright. You don't gotta holler at me like that. I ain't done nothing shameful or nothing. Just snuck in and did some undercover reporting. Silent treatment, huh? Well, two can play at that game. Ugh. Okay, look. Jesus. All will be the judge of whether your actions were shameful or not. An unlawful entry into private property is very shameful indeed. In fact, it's a crime. Hey, you did the exact same thing, genius. No, but because you're a prosecutor, huh? You're allowed to do stuff like that. Let's not mention the fact that I handed in my badge, shall we? Still, it don't amount to a whole hill of beans, right? There's folks out there that have done way worse. Murder, for one. Next to murder, trespass ain't hardly nothing. From your muttering about murder just now, I gather that your scoop has something to do with a homicide. No, I was just talking all hypothetical like. You know, about murder being the big one and all. Hey, nothing worse than murder. Not the most skillful evasion I've had in my career. Look, I done told you, okay? I snuck into the auction, I'll cop to that. But murder? I don't know nothing about no murder. Ain't seen nothing, ain't heard nothing. I don't have a clue. Oh, really? Oh, this scoop of yours, does it have something to do with the auction? You know what? Clean forget. But you tried to infiltrate an underground auction. It only stands to reason that you observed something. Otherwise, what would you have to write about? I don't know what to tell you. I didn't hear nothing. Ugh. Christ. Pain in the butt. Stop with the timer. We don't need a timer. Get rid of the timer. I don't want to have to start all the way over. If you didn't hear the sound of nothing, does that mean you did hear the sound of something? Something during your time in this room? Well, see, that's, it wasn't nothing really, just a little noise is all. Wouldn't even make page 16, forget I mentioned it. So something happened during the auction, something that made a noise of some kind. Be a valuable clue. Time to deploy my clue. You told me you heard something during the auction. You claimed it was important, but it must have been. Otherwise, why remember it? I think it was something very memorable indeed. In fact, I believe it was the cry of a murder victim. How do you keep doing that? Oh, right, it's true. I wound up smack dab in the middle of a murder scene, but only by accident. That's all you're getting out of me. There'll be no scoop left otherwise. The murder Miss Hart witnessed. It must be the same murder we ourselves have been investigating. That should prove to be a very valuable piece of information indeed. Perhaps we should finish up by confirming the credibility of her claim. I have her on the back foot now. Time to finish this. You said you wound up in the middle of a murder scene. Is that really true? Call me a liar now? Hooey, now I'm mad. Real mad. I'm a journalist. How am I gonna sell stories if folks can't trust that I'm telling the truth? I got me a motto, you know, faster than anybody, honester than everybody. A motto, huh? That could be an important clue. I should bear it in mind. I need you to describe the murder in detail. It's vitally important. Wish I could help y'all, but I don't rightly recall a whole bunch. Ain't much I can tell you. Sorry. I mean, look at me. Can't even get my facts straight half the time. I can't imagine that being so vague on the facts is a trait valued among journalists. Surely accuracy and honesty are what's necessary when reporting on a story. Well, see, it seems your so-called information is not credible after all. Look, here was a murder, and I was there. I can even prove it. You can prove it, can you? How? I've got it right. Wait, you heard that? I was just talking to myself. Don't think nothing of it. She's still hiding something. There's a vital clue. Be honest, Miss Hart, I know there's something you're still not telling me. Ain't nothing left to tell, dang it. I done spilled my guts already. I know you've been keeping something from me, and that something is proof. Proof related to the murder you witnessed. Proof sound enough to form the basis of a story you're hoping to sell. Take it all to heck. Give me a break, will you? I'll come clean, okay? That's what you want, right? Here, I done snapped me a photo. Happy now? Better be. And that's checkmate. Took a few tries, but we got there. Can't believe I let that happen. Betrayed by my own big mouth. Well, it's happened, so it's time to tell us everything. I saw the whole thing. Watched that auction from start to finish. But you didn't just watch it, right? You took pictures too. Yeah, about that. So like I said, I was spying on the whole thing right from the get-go. They was all shouting out bids, then somebody wins something, and bam! Down comes the hammer. Head on upstairs and pay, shouts the old ringleader, and then the whole thing starts over again. Anyhow, as soon as that happened, I had to think quick. That's when I ran behind that there statue and hid. And who was it that eventually appeared? Didn't see nothing, but I heard something that made me pretty sure it was whoever placed the win bid. The sweet, sweet sound of cold, hard cash. I'm not sure I have any idea what that sounds like. Sound of someone coming to build, perhaps? I also have no idea what that sounds like. And maybe I never will. Anyhow, the deal was you set your bills up here. I heard two people yabbering for a little while. Wait, so two people came up on the elevator? You betcha. I guess the other one was our friend the ringleader. Anyway, yabba yabba yabba, on it goes for a little while, then, a scream. Well, that shook me up pretty good, so I hunkered down in my hind place and tried to stay out of sight. So you didn't see the moment of no, but I heard it real good. You didn't try and help whoever was being attacked? Quit trying to be funny, girlie. They don't see you none. I'm just a dainty little journalist all on her lonesome. You think I was fixing to jump in and save the day? Dainty? Anyhow, then there was a bunch of rustling sounds. Right about when that was happening, I got to feeling pretty bad about what I'd done. That makes sense, I guess. After all, I didn't remember to get my camera and snap even a single picture. Scoop like that drops right in my damn lap and I miss it. Somebody ought to tear my hide. Anyhow, then a little more time goes by and there's this kind of clattering noise. I'm there thinking, gotta get the shot this time, and so I'll grab one real quick from the shadows there. Could we see this photograph? No. Do I have to? Here. That's the person in the red raincoat, the one who attacked Kay. So Kay's raincoat assailants also attacked the victim here in the storeroom, then proceeded up to the roof where they assaulted Kay. There's only one person in this picture. Where's the victim? Weird, huh? I wondered the same thing. Heard two people. Well, there's only one in the shot I got. I didn't see nobody nowhere else in the room neither. But that's the killer, right? Leastways, I'm pretty sure it is. So are we saying the victim disappeared? How did you know it was the killer just by looking? Because they're literally red-handed with blood? How else would that get there, huh? And the auction just carried on after that? Sure did. They just went right along like nothing happened. Rich folks are crazier than a box of frogs. I never understand how they think. Funny. I find journalists who struggle to understand as well. Okay, based on that photo, I want to compare it to the bloodstains on her hand, the left hand. Hard to tell if it's the same bloodstain. I don't think so. Looks like there's less blood on her, because this guy had, the person with the red raincoat had like on their thumb as well, but Rosie here does not. Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor-plate, sturdy supports. At a rough estimate, I say it can hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth. Except for the fact that it's nowhere near big enough. You say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough, and I think you just might do it. I really don't think so. And anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done. Maybe you're right. Fine, 45, Mr. Edgeworth. 48 tops. Can we go down? Please? Oh boy! This whole experience is enough to boggle a guy's mind. Stereo storerooms, damsels in distress, it's got the lot. Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender? Hey, I can try. No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay out as you are. She's safe for me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about, it's you. I mean, that part was fine. I was fine with him taking a moment to recognize Kay. Whatever. I got super pissed at Eustace and Gavel when they first showed up. And then, obviously, and then when Eustace's dad showed up, I'm like, okay, this explains a lot, and also I hate you. You said the statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right? Pretty weird looking. It's known as the Alfred statue. The what? The Alfred statue. But it says here that's called the Alfred statue. Alfred. What are you muttering about? Oh, nothing. Well, let's carry on looking around, shall we?
There's nothing more to be found here. Okay. And we've talked to you. We've looked at that. We've looked at that. I want to go down the elevator. Activate the elevator. What am I missing? Oh, right. Duh. Puzzle pieces. If the storeroom was the actual scene of the crime, then you'd expect the body to have been up here at some point as well. Huh? Well, yeah, but think back to what Miss Hart told us about how the customers left the auction. Do you remember? Of course! They came up from downstairs, back through the storeroom, and... Oh! Exactly. The killer would have had to hide the body in order to avoid its discovery. The question is, where did they hide it? Emma, if you wouldn't mind putting your skills to work for me now, I'd love to. You just say what you need and I'll get right on it. Very well. Then I'd like you to check for blood residue. A luminol test, in other words. Sure thing. Prepare to witness the power of science. I've never seen somebody's eyes actually sparkle with anticipation before. Alright, how about we test the ladder over there first? Based on Miss Hart's picture, I say the person in the red raincoat was about to climb it and make their escape. Which means there's a high chance of a positive result. Test area, just press the A button. I'll spread a little luminol in it. And if it happens to land on some blood, you'll see it react like this. Ugh, it still feels super raw to see it just appear like that. Anyway, that's positive, but it's still faint. Spraying it a couple more times should be enough to really make it stand out. Yeah, that brought it out nicely. And made it feel that much more real. Anyway, I think you've got the gist of how to look for blood traces now, right? I'm sure there's still some more to be found, so why don't you give it a try? And that's how it's done. Take a good look around and see if you can find some other places to test with luminol. Can I try? Let's try. You want me to test there? Sorry, it's negative. Sorry, oh, nope. Nope, this one's real. Would you look at that? We found some blood. Mr. Edgeworth, blood! But how can it have gotten there? Maybe somebody put something with blood on it in there? There are still places we haven't tested yet. Sorry, negative. 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 What about the money? Nope, no blood here. What about the elevator? Elevator's got blood. But not where I expected it to be. Or it doesn't? Where is it? Oh, found it. We've got a positive. There's blood there, but how come? Probably because this is where the murder was actually committed, I'd say. Ooh, looks like some of it dripped through to the floor below, too. Can we please go down? I want to see where this elevator goes. I think that's all the blood there is to be found. Alright, so that concludes this phase of our investigation. Blood in the clothes box can only mean one thing. That this is where the body was hidden. I'm certain of it. I wonder who won the box in the auction. Heaven the foggiest. Still, it's a very helpful discovery. Now you just hold your horses there. There's no way the body could have been in there. What do you mean? Take a look at that there box when I first got in here. Looks to be just about the perfect size for a little hide-and-go-seeker that need a rose. And maybe it would have been. Not could I open it. Well, it was wrapped in chains and locked up tight. And I ain't no escapologist. Murder happened just a little after I scooped it out, so we couldn't nobody have put nobody in there. Wrapped in chains and locked up tight, you say? Well, that's odd, because it doesn't look to be wrapped in chains any longer. Huh? Well, slap my head and call me silly. Could have sworn it was, though. I want to go down the elevator. Let me go down the elevator. You bastards. Okay, we're not done with everything here, I guess. Oh, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy. That's the stuffed animal we found at Gold Lake. He should be in possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here? But look, he's missing his left horn. He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw. It's defective merchandise, huh? We need to contact the manufacturer. I demand a recall. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Now we've got everything. That was the one thing I didn't touch. So this room is actually more of a stockroom? It would seem so, as much as it pains to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? And who to? Who even want to pay for all this stuff? Somebody, clearly. The price tag is a proof of that. Wow, people really will collect anything, huh? Fascinating. I think we've examined all we can now. Great, time to see what's waiting down below. Shaking a leg already, are we, Miles? Okie dokie. Hey, K-Meister. Yes, Mr. Fender? We're about ready to move out, so I want you to stick with me, okay? Can't have you getting lost. Of course. I'll be sure to stay close. When did those two start getting along so well? When Kay lost her memory? Alright, everyone. Hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, please. I have a feeling I know where we're going. Called it. Knew it. I mean, it makes sense if, The pooled blood! Yo, I just remembered. I was like, the blood that had pooled down in front of the statue of the goddess of justice. It came from the crack in the floor. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! I knew it. This room. This the auction room? No, this is the committee chamber. Yeah! Way to drop right into my lap, Kay Faraday. You've got real guts, I'll give you that. Arrest her, men! Arrest her right now! Wait, but she's... As for the rest of the riffraff, throw them out into the street where they belong. I'm gonna beat your ass right here, right now. Thank you, Lotta. You can't do this. This is going way overboard. Yeah, what she said. Miles, this isn't looking good, I gotta say. See how the blinding light of just... Ow! Thank you, Francisco von Karma. My favorite... What did I do? You'll have to forgive me. I meant to hit a certain cowardly ex-prosecutor. You weren't aiming for him. You were aiming straight at me. Something keeps getting in my way. Something... Yeah! Right there. Francisca? So, what are you doing here, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I still believe Kay to be innocent. And we're supposed to care what you believe. You no longer have the right to an opinion. I am Francisca von Karma, and I have no intention of stopping here or now. But you chose to stop by giving up your badge, and so our game has already come to an end. My badge was an obstacle to proceeding along the road I've chosen. I haven't stopped. I simply cleared the way ahead. And now I am free to follow that road all the way to the truth. So don't you think for a second that my conviction has changed. I'm every bit as dedicated as I ever was, and you are going to be very fascinated by the things that I have found this evening. You seem to think you know what lies at the end of this road to the truth. In that case, I demand that you show me. I'll explain my current theory first, and if your road fails to lead anywhere, my whip will happily guide it. The victim used her keycard and entered this chamber with her killer. She was then stabbed with the candelabrum by the culprit and subsequently died as a result. We know the identity of the murderer thanks to the letters she exchanged with the victim, and we know the location of the murder is here in the committee's trial chamber. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. A game, set, and match Miles Edgeworth, QED. She seems pretty confident, huh? She doesn't like the courage of her convictions, that's for certain. I gotta say, I can dig that vibe. I can even give her a no hard feeling. Pathetic. Well, Miles Edgeworth, do you think you can bring my case crashing down around my ears?
If you really found the road to the truth, perhaps you'd be so kind as to point me toward. Did you not just notice me coming down an elevator? I feel like that's rather important. I'll be very happy to. Settle in, Francisca. I'm about to pave that road with incontrovertible evidence. I know immediately what I'm going to go for. Blah, 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 blah. We can't disprove that. Like, blah, blah, blah. And we know the location of the murderer is here in the committee's trial chamber. Wait, hold on. The blood on the floor of this room proves my theory. Game, set, and match. Elevator blood. If I remember correctly, the blood discovered in this room was located at the foot of the Goddess of Justice statue. Murder under the gaze of the divine. A brazen act, even for a cold-blooded killer. Except that may not be true at all. Take a look at this, if you would. It's a blood stain we discovered in the storeroom directly above the committee chamber. As you can see, the blood we found looks to have dripped through the room below, and the elevator it dripped down from descends directly to the foot of the statue. Oh, you noticed. Then you agree that the murder cannot, in fact, have happened in this room. Hey, Biscuit. Hello, my baby. I love you. I put it to you that the victim was killed in the room above, and only afterward was she moved down here. The Goddess of Justice did not witness a murder. She witnessed a killer trying to cover the tracks. Why is she smiling? Sorry, I was just thinking back to a very similar situation. Well done, Miles Edgeworth. You've proven yourself to be even more foolish than I thought. Mr. Edgeworth is anything but a fool, sir, and you know it! Youch! Have you forgotten the picture you just showed me, or are you really that airheaded? Even a cursory glance showed there was far more blood here in the committee chamber than upstairs. Ouch! Whipped and ignored again. Wish I could get some love, too! Her trying to tell me that all that blood dripped down from above, Miles Edgeworth. If it had, your storeroom stay would need to be 10 times as big. I say the murder happened down here. There's no way it could have happened anywhere else. As insightful as ever, and Francisca, but you played right into my hands. How so? You are correct. There is far less blood upstairs than one would expect. The question is, why? A trifling detail in the face of my previous explanation. Alas, your explanation doesn't account for why there was blood in the storeroom in the first place. Surely you don't think some splatter managed to shoot itself all the way up there, do you? Oh, like some crazy fountain of blood? No way! No way indeed. It's completely impossible. So how about this? What if this explains the difference in the amount of blood observed? There's far more blood in the committee chamber than in the storeroom above because... the weapon was removed here? The victim died of 3 stab wounds. Wounds that would have bled profusely. Exactly, as proved by the amount of blood we found on the floor of this room. But that doesn't make any sense. No, she was stabbed in the storeroom. You said there wasn't much blood up there already. Ow! Hey, Biscuit. I love you. I love you. Let me give you scratchies. Oh, you're on the ground. Foot scratchies. Silence, you half-baked, harebrained rookie. Hey, harebrained is a little... Yeah. A stab wound bleeds heaviest at one particular point in time. Oh, I know. When the weapon is removed, right? Precisely. I believe the body was brought down to the committee chamber with the candelabrum still in its chest. And then, when it was finally removed, it created the difference in the amount of blood we see between the 2 locations. But why? What was the killer trying to do? I imagine they're trying to give the impression that the murder happened down here. As we know, Miss Ringer's keycard was used late last night. Judging by the time listed in the record, I'd hazard a guess that it was used by the killer when they entered the room to create their elaborate setup. But why would they have needed to do all this in the first place? Perhaps because a person with a face to hide would fear the storeroom being found in the investigation. If they were involved with the underground auction, they couldn't afford to have their dirty secret exposed. Come here, baby. Biscuit up in the lap. Biscuit's up in my lap. Hi, baby. Everyone say hi to Biscuit. Underground auction? You should take a look at the storeroom for yourself. The items up there tell quite a story. One that should more than explain what was going on here last night. It's almost endearing, Miles Edgeworth, how desperately you want to protect your friend. There's something just beneath the surface in this case. Something bigger than all of us. And Kay's only crime was to have the bad fortune to fall right into the middle of it. That's quite the hyperbolic claim, Miles Edgeworth. Hyperbolic? Me? Surely you're the one making a mountain out of a perfectly reasonable molehill. You're working with Interpol on international cases, so why are you investigating a domestic murder? I'll tell you why. Because this case has something to do with the smuggling ring you've been chasing. You followed the trail of items being smuggled by the ring and wound up here. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that there's something I sense isn't related to any of this. I'm very happy to learn that you giving up your badge didn't completely relieve you of your senses. Scruffy here told me about the circumstances that led up to that, by the way. Sorry, sir. I just thought it might help, you know? You did the right thing, Detective. So am I right, Francisca? Is this incident part of the broader case you're working? Was the underground auction already on Interpol's radar? Wouldn't you like to know? But you don't need to, until you won't. And then you knew, didn't you, how the auction was being held here in this chamber? Hey, y'all mind if I butt in for a sec? Your victim over there, the lady in white. You! Hey, let a gal finish, will ya? No good, button in pain of the you-know-what. Button in pain, biscuit! Down. Naughty. Chow! Well, this leopard sure ain't changed her spots. Your testimony is not required, and neither is your presence. What do you mean? I'm a journalist, you can't— Ow! You're a liar is what you are. You lied under oath that— Francisca von Karma. My love, my wonderful, wonderful woman with wit. I don't know if you've noticed this. Pretty much everyone in the series has lied under oath many times. Seems like Miss Von Karma's not too fond of Miss Hart, huh? I don't think she's her biggest fan, no. What's she called? Ringer, right? She was a member of this here committee? Well, she's dressed exactly like the ringleader of that there secret auction. Ow, stop it. Stop whipping me, dang it. Miles Edgeworth, explain. Miss Hart here helped us out by describing how the auctioneer was dressed, and it seemed they were wearing the exact same outfit as the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. But that would mean that the victim was also the ringleader. No, how about we just calm down, sir? It seems I have some new information to consider. It's true that I came here to investigate the underground auction, and to arrest its head of operations, the auctioneer. But if Miss Hart is to be believed, the ringleader is dead. I guess that means your journey here today was wasted. I suppose it does. Nonetheless, I, Francisca von Karma, I refuse to leave empty-handed. Time for a rematch, Miles Edgeworth. Fine by me, but you may find that your whip will go sorely underused this round. I would make the storeroom the actual scene of the crime, in which case the murderer is someone connected to the auction. And the photographers believe the victim was the auctioneer and the culprit was an attendee. The killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom where the exchange of illicit goods was to take place, and then stabbed the victim in the chest with a piece of merchandise, the candelabrum. There, does that about sum it up? Because I won't be accepting rebuttals. I'm afraid you might have to. There's a serious hole in your testimony. I didn't spot any. I think you're the one in charge here, Mr. Edgeworth. Alright then, time to fight back. You have to win this for us. No, I will. Time to take Francisca's testimony to task. Okay. 11 attendees, all wearing masks. Auction continued even after the murder. What have we got? Okay, nothing to say there. Killer lay in wait for the victim in the storeroom. I don't think, no.
Objection!
Incorrect. Okay, wrong one. Okay, I thought it was gonna be that one, it wasn't that one. Ow. I still think that this is correct. Let me see here. So we do have this one. Oh wait, no. Now, Biscuit. You're being naughty. Naughty not allowed.
Hold it!
I have to push a little bit. So you believe that the victim and the ringleader were one and the same? I do. And the murderer was... Why are you asking her this? You just said the exact same thing. So I did. But I was merely confirming Francisca's reasoning in order to... Oh, don't give me that horse feed! You get caught saying something stupid, you give a little laugh and move on with your day. The murderer was one of the auction attendees. You got no notes for our friend here about that little performances? Of course, assuming that our friend the photographer's words can be trusted. Couldn't quite tell if they love or hate one another. Anyway, the more relevant point here is how the culprit actually carried out their plan.
Hold it!
How exactly did they manage that, may I ask? Mr. Hart was in the storeroom too. Miss Hart was in the storeroom too. Yes, hiding someplace. And if you've seen the storeroom yourself, you'll know that there are plenty of other places to hide too. So you're saying the killer was hiding out of sight while they awaited the victim's arrival. I believe we can reasonably assume the murder took place after the auction had included. Nope. After all, the victim was... She would surely have needed to be present throughout the proceedings. She thinks it happened afterward? Would you mind adding that statement to your testimony? There we go. That's what I needed. Incorrect. Incorrecto.
Objection!
If our photographer friend is to be believed, wrong. It seems you're one step behind yet again, Francisca. How so? The auctioneer was not in fact the victim, and I can prove it. This is the statement Miss Hart gave us. Well, if she made it, it's not worth the air she used to say. I done told you I'm a journalist, ain't now, and my words count! Did I ask you to open your mouth? Double youch! Double youch! Calm down and listen for a second, Francisca. Miss Hart witnessed at least some of the events surrounding the murder, and she confirmed that the auction continued even after the murder had occurred. You bet it did. Went right on like nothing had happened at all. How would that have been possible without an auctioneer, It wouldn't. So you see, the victim couldn't have been the auctioneer. She was one of the attendees. Was Chairman Winner the auctioneer then? And as I've been saying since the start, there's no way Kay can be the murderer, because she had been pushed down the hatch by her assailant and knocked unconscious by that time. So then, who was the victim really? Right, well, if the auction carried on after the murder, the victim must not have been the auctioneer, but an attendee. That's enough! I know that sounds all too well. That's still a serious accusation against a member of the committee. Order in the courtroom, all rise for the chairman. This son of a bitch. Oh, there's no need for all that pomp and circumstance, Verity. Please, everyone, feel free to call me Celsius. Yes, that'll do nicely. Alright, Celsius, what are you doing here? Oh, I just stopped by to see how my boneheaded boy was getting along. They say there are all sorts of felonies, but I'm not sure these two are what they meant. What is wrong with your eyes? I thought I might need to light a fire under this investigation, but it seems not. Suspect everyone searching high and low for is right back here where we started. Men, detain the suspect immediately. Miss Faraday's innocent. Shut your meddling mouth. You're becoming something of a problem, Miles, my boy. I thought I told you. The committee wants this matter cleared up as soon as possible. It's a matter of trust. We can't have our organization be seen to drag its feet. It's bad for us, and it's bad for me too, personally. Sorry, it must be my age. Your unlawful investigation ends here, and it will not be permitted to resume. In case you have forgotten, you are no longer a prosecutor. You have no authority here. And what's more, there is the matter of you aiding and abetting a suspect. She's right, of course, as always. You really are a godsend, Verity. Everything I do knowingly. If you wish to prosecute me for it, be my guest, but know this. We have uncovered a new suspect. This person here. Miss Faraday was attacked by this... You can stop right there, Mr. Edgeworth. The raincoat in your picture was discovered nearby a short while ago. The victim's blood was found on the hood, along with some cherry blossom petals. Cherry blossom petals? Like the ones on the roof? Yes, they were stuck to the edges of the bloodstains, probably due to the blood being fresh at the time. The results came back already, my boy, so there's no mistaking it. Person in your picture is the victim, Miss Rosie Ringer. What? It's completely unimaginable. Assumptions were based on the person in the red raincoat being the killer. But if they were the victim instead, then he remains at the top of the suspect list. Miss Faraday, you testified to having encountered a person in a red raincoat up on the roof. Yes, I did. We now know that that person was the murder victim, and you are the only person we know of who came into contact with her. Since one of you wound up dead, I think we all know how that encounter went. No! Kay was attacked by that person. She is the victim here, not the aggressor. As far as I recall, we have yet to see any evidence that proves she was attacked as you claim. And even if such proof existed, Miss Ringer could simply have been acting in self-defense. She has amnesia! She's covered in wounds! Are you stupid? I hate you. I hate you. This is why the angry eyes have stayed up this entire stream. Can't just jump to conclusions like that. Kay is innocent. But I'm not. Kay? I'm not innocent. I don't want to believe it, but I remembered something. Hearing about the raincoat brought it back. It's just a flash, but I remember what I saw now. Right when it happened. The murderer, it was me. Nope, you're remembering wrong. I remember looking down and the person in the red raincoat was on the ground. It was me, Mr. Edgeworth. It was me all along. No, it wasn't. Your memory, don't just go saying it was me if you only remember seeing them on the ground. That means nothing. That is not evidence. That is not a good memory. You have amnesia. Nothing you say is permissible in court. At least it shouldn't be. I'm the murderer. I'm the murderer. Like she's... No, you're not. Then what am I? Why do I have a memory like that? They were on the floor in front of me. There was a pool of blood. How was I just standing there? Why didn't I do something? I know why. It's because I was the killer. That's not... This court recognized the legitimacy of the accused. No, it shouldn't. I don't know why. You should not. She has amnesia. What legitimacy is there in her memories? This is like the most legitimate memory a memory could be in court. And memories are already not very legit in court. What? You said you didn't believe her like 5 minutes ago. I commend you on your bravery, Miss Faraday. It will not go unrewarded. Yes, it will. Praise be to the goddess of justice for her many blessings. Oh, it'll go rewarded, all right. Oh, maybe she'll forgive you in death.
Objection!
Francisca? As an official representative of Interpol, I hereby request that the suspect be... We don't have time for this. We must arrest. They're trying to cover it up. They're trying to cover it up. I hate them. Okay. If she's not in on it, she's a damn fucking fool. Okay. Chairman Winter is definitely in on the smuggling ring. If Cavell's not in on it, I just hate her. On principle. That's where I'm sitting right now. That's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm at. I think I hate her regardless. But like, if she's not in on the scheme, that makes this even worse. How dare you take that tone with me? This is a gross overreach of authority. I demand that you give us more time to investigate. You say my investigation is unlawful. What can be more unlawful than this? Unfortunately, you no longer speak for the law. Indeed, you don't, but I do. And while I can't help but be moved by your dedication to your friend, I have to agree with Verity. Speaking of the law, it seems there is one other we must arrest. Ah, yes, I almost forgot. Miles. Now what? Why do you keep burning paper? What are you about? Mr. Edwards was just doing his job. He didn't do anything wrong. He wasn't doing squat. By which I mean to say, unfortunately, Miles is no longer serving in any kind of... Technically, although he says he quit, by all accounts, his rights as a prosecutor have not been revoked yet. He hasn't turned in his resignation. It hasn't been accepted yet. Although I guess you are the Committee of Prosecutorial Excellence. You went too far this time, Miles Edgeworth. You conducted an unlawful investigation. Worse, you aided and abetted the flight of a suspect. You are no longer even an ex-prosecutor. You are a criminal, nothing more. To be fair, I found her, and we didn't leave this building. Like, I brought her back. Fuck you. Oh, that reminds me. There's supposed to be a hearing today, wasn't there? Concerning your conduct. I'll make sure it's officially rescheduled for tomorrow. Although, I fear I already know the outcome. Look at this as an opportunity to reflect on your actions, Miles. Chance to really think long and hard. I can't wait till he... Okay, 100%. 100%. When fucking Winter... When Chairman Winter has his breakdown... He's going to have a breakdown. When we finally beat his ass, he's going to set his own beard on fire, and I'm going to love it. I'm going to relish in watching his face go up in flames. It'll be fun. This court is adjourned. It's also not a court. But that's what we're going to call it for tonight, y'all. Biscuit, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? With my voice of revenge and suffering of the people. Anyways, that's all for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. God, I'm sure there's still so much left to do. I'm sure there's still so much left to do here. Yes, Biscuit, how can I help you? But thank you all for joining me. Hope you all enjoyed this. We'll be back on Saturday for Digimon. Sunday, we should be starting another Crab's Treasure now that we finished Sly 4. I hope you're all excited for that. Let me see. Nope, I think we're just going to call it. Thank you all for joining me. We'll be back later. Have a great night. Get yourself some food, some water, and remember, don't talk to cops. And also remember, the justice system, no matter what country you're in, is not perfect. It is full of flaws. And also, religion is also full of flaws, so do not believe anything blindly. Always think for yourself. Critical thinking is very important. Okay, good night. I love you. Bye-bye.